is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. We're coming to you live this morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Yay. I keep wishing that it was cold outside because it's so cold in here. I'm like, ooh, winter's upon us. I actually was like, maybe I'll go for a walk yesterday. And then I went outside to my car for 2 seconds. I was like,
It is a little bit better, though.
Yeah.
It is a little bit better.
It's like 89 to 90, though, but it is a little bit better.
It was 70-something the other day.
Oh, yeah.
When I woke up, it was
Yeah.
like 70-something. I was like, oh,
I know.
go grab a sweater.
Right? It was so nice after the hurricane passed because it was
Yeah.
so dry out.
Yeah.
No humidity. Oh, that's nice.
When it was Frask.
Yeah.
That's when it used to be good when it got Frask outside.
A cool, crisp 95.
Yeah.
I think about you and Joe coming here all the time, and it's Pete and I used to live together. We didn't take one car,
Right?
but we used to leave at the same time. And as we were walking out, every morning we go out, we get hit with that cold people. It would be just quiet the entire morning. Nobody would say a word, and we'd walk outside, and people would go, Frask out.
How old were you and Pete when you were living together?
That's a good question, Joe. It was 1996.
25.
Probably in that range. Yeah.
So very early on. in
Maybe
your adult-
earlier, Galvin. Or younger.
If you were born in 71 and it was 96, it would be 25.
He's right.
Yeah.
Very early on in your adult life.
Yeah, the fun years
Interesting.
before these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Now
think
we're
these
over.
two will be as successful as you and Pete?
I didn't think Pete and I would be successful. So, I mean, we think back. Because ironically, our sons are best friends, and I asked Joey the other day. I go, "Who is your best friend?" And he goes, "Jake." And I go, "Is Jake your best friend? Do you feel like he was forced to be your best friend because Pete and I are best friends?" He goes,
Proximity.
Yeah. And he was like, no, he was pretty heartfelt about it. He's like, no, Jake's easily my best friend. I went, all right, okay, that's cool. But I love that I asked him about his other friends. Like I went down the row and I said, what about this guy? What about this guy? And his assessment of them was mine as well.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that kid, but he seems kind of stupid. And
Yeah.
he goes, yeah, totally stupid. I
Told
was
you,
like, all right,
he's got a good head on his shoulders when it comes to who he hangs out with.
who knows? But anyway, he's their second generation best friends.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But what was I saying? We were talking about something.
They were going to live together. You and Pete lived together.
I don't remember when Pete and I lived together. We were really at rock bottom, but we were so goddamn happy. It was great.
Yeah.
We were charging up furniture on rooms to go credit cards and my Burdines. I found my Burdines card the other day. Do you remember Burdines?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I found. I was in my office cleaning out my desk, and I pulled it out. My wife just happened to walk in. She goes, "Oh, good, you have your Burdines card." And I go, "No, look, I have two." Yeah, I used to take these two strippers that we were friends with, like platonic friends, Lori and Janine. They used to take us shopping, and I'd be like, "Janine, Lori, I have to go buy a comforter. I don't know what to buy." And they were like our house moms. You know what I
that's
mean?
nice.
Yeah. So we never had silverware. We never. Oh, actually, no. Big Dick used to work for. Big Dick used to work at Pier 1 Imports, and he got us some silverware one time. So we had a couple of forks and knives. And I was like, "Dick, can you get me a Papazan chair?" He goes, "No, but I'll get you some forks." I was like, "All right, I'll take it."
The
It's
salad
truth.
days, Michael.
What's that?
The salad days.
I never had salad days.
Well, I
Joe.
know.
Yeah.
They
And
call
nice.
'em, you know.
No, it was him. It was Dan, the cookie man, who worked for Nabisco Dan, and he would stop by and he would just give us a box of whatever it was. Most of the time, it was the cookies that nobody wanted, and they were the old Italian Stella d'Oro cookies,
Oh, I love
which
those.
I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, put them in the." You open up our closets like you were looking for plates or something. It would just be Stella d'Oro cookies. And then the fish food, Ben and Jerry's that we had, and then the one guy traded us for Hot Pockets. So we survived.
Yeah.
We survived.
Mine was I can't remember the name of the barbecue place, but that guy when I first started, he just opened that barbecue place.
Oh, up the road on 4th Street?
Yeah, and
that place was good.
Because of you, they used to hook me up with like a month's worth of barbecue, and me and my roommates would just munch down on
Yeah.
it. That was good stuff.
I feel uncomfortable when people want to give me, like from their restaurant, like I was a mom and pop restaurant, they want to give me stuff for free. I feel uncomfortable. You paid for that stuff. I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want it free.
I think that
That's
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no, it wasn't the other one that I'm thinking of. Loves? That's not him, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
Champion. It was
Yeah,
Champion's
Champions,
Barbecue. Yeah. Loves is Mo's friend that used to be on Gandy that tried to kung fu.
Yeah.
Who was SBK or somebody, right?
By the way, I got 25 in champions. I'm done. I'm out.
Thank you for coming, guys. How about this girl? You know who that is? What's up with that? That's my type all day.
I don't like those
I
fake
always,
eyelashes.
I always love when I go, that's my type, and Galvin goes, oh, you like pretty girls?
Yeah. Surprised.
Like, that's not
You
my
should
type.
let her know.
When you first moved to the island, did you think that you would still be there like a decade later?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew.
Like you knew this is a lifelong move here?
yeah,
It's
well,
Hotel California.
yeah. Because I didn't, back when I moved in, I didn't have any plans on getting married.
Right.
Or having
Like
a
I will
family.
live here well into my 40s, if not forever.
Yeah, like it was my dream when I was younger to not have a family and to just have fun for the rest of my life, which I get to do with Joe.
Hey.
But the irony of life is that I ended up having a child anyways that I have to take care of in Joe. So it's kind of like, I got both.
I always wondered if, like, I kept waiting for the hammer to fall, and I would just think about where I was moving next. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I only lived in New York and Florida. I did live in Miami for a little while, but I only lived in New York and Florida. But I just assumed in this business I would be fired without any notice, and I'd be like, all right, I'm taking this job in Detroit or wherever. I got offered jobs in weird places, not weird, but like places I didn't really want to live.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how you went to Louisville.
Oh.
Like being you.
It was just a jump. It
Yeah.
was just that was the only reason. Louisville was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, the city's really nice, but I mean, you're a Chicago, Florida guy, and
Yeah.
then now you're in Louisville.
Oh yeah, once it started snowing, I was like, all right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta do something. But yeah, that was definitely weird. I was close to getting a job in Baltimore.
Oh, you dodged the bullet.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Baltimore is The Wire and the Ravens, and I'm like, nope, neither.
Yeah. I was saying this the other night. I was when my son played Little League. They said that, I don't know if I told us on the air, but when he played Little League, he was pretty good at hitting, And I thought, oh, here we go. He's next Derek Jeter. Got a little Babe Ruth on our hands. And Joey came to me in all seriousness when he was like 6, and he was like, Dad, I'm worried. And I go, why? And he goes, what if I'm a baseball player and I play for the Red Sox? And I was like, well, then you have to find a new house to live in, Joe. I don't know what to tell you. No, but it's one of those things like I got a great job, but it's in Detroit or it's in Baltimore.
yeah.
No offense, Carmen, to Detroit.
Listen, that's fine. I didn't want to be there. I got out as soon as I could.
Yeah. I don't know. I love living in New York because of the proximity to everything. You being so close to the city and upstate and all that, you can just change it up your whole time. Like here, you better love the sun because that's all you're getting. Sun and rain.
I used to want to live other places, but now that I'm in, my 30s, I don't think I could live anywhere else.
I look at it this way. Like when I lived in Michigan, it was 6 months of brutal cold. You didn't want to leave the house.
6 months, huh? The whole half the year is that cold?
I mean, well, okay.
I mean, like cold.
Yeah, I'll give it. Okay, so fine. It's like 3 to 4 months.
That's what I was thinking. In 3 months, it seems about right.
I know. Listen, it's been a while, and it just
gets longer.
It seems like it was like the whole year. It seemed like it was never nice in Michigan.
I've got relatives that still live in Detroit now, and they bitch about it all the time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Only in
So
the
it's
winter.
it's 3 to 4 months of just brutal cold, and then in Florida, it's 3 to 4 months of brutal hotness. So either way, you're staying inside.
Your
for-
math is terrible.
Yeah.
I would say the brutal hotness here is at least 8 months.
No,
I'd
It's-
say 9.
Yeah.
no. See, because
Come February, we're like, what happened to the winter?
Yeah.
There's like 1 day or 1 week of like cool weather, and
Oh,
then the rest is
no.
hot.
Listen, in 1989, the year that it snowed on Christmas, that Galvin still doesn't believe me, I had to go and buy a winter coat, not like a light jacket. I had to buy a winter coat because it was so goddamn cold here. And I had just moved here from New York, so it wasn't like I've been here 20 years and my blood thinned and all of a sudden I'm cold. It was freezing. I used to live in a place in Newport Richey in an apartment complex, and they had a Christmas party in their little lodge there. And I got there, and everybody was wearing winter coats. And I went, where am I? I don't understand how because when you're a kid, you think of Florida, you think of your trips to Disney World and how warm it was and swimming every day. And here it's like we're getting snow and it's freezing. I was like, people lied to us about Florida.
Do you know how many people, when I lived in Destin, would visit us in Destin and then moved there a month later?
Oh, yeah.
Because you would just go, this is
Yeah.
how you're supposed to
Yeah.
live like a normal human,
Yeah.
not in ice and cold and, Vikings coming through. It's ridiculous.
But also here, if it dips down to like 70, you'll see people with big giant coats
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I bought this 3 years ago. I got to wear it.
Right,
Boots.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Most of the time you buy stuff, you can't wait until there's a day it's a little cold, and then when it drops below 70, you're like, well, this could be my only chance. So
Galvin always makes fun of me when I wear that leather jacket.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
the only leather jacket on. I wear it one day out of the year, and boy, do I milk it.
it
yeah,
was
because it's not cold enough for that leather jacket. You're just like, hey, everybody, look at my leather jacket.
It's got fur on it.
Yeah.
the year that it was that it was snowed on Christmas was the year that it was cold at Easter. We went to Easter lunch somewhere and it was freezing out.
But it's weird because I think here the coldest time is like January. You know?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
normally the coldest time is like December, November, you
Yeah.
know that. But yeah, it goes past that, and then it's like, wait, why is it cold now?
I don't like it.
Anyway, that's weather talk for today.
Yeah.
Folks, hope you
Check
enjoyed
that off the
memory
list.
lane.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We can cover allergies too. I don't know if you've been experiencing some allergies.
Lately, I've been okay.
What are we, medicine man?
Oh God, he calls me every day.
Talking
Yeah.
about the concerts we went to.
Me too.
That guy really ruined Medicine Man's only thing to live for,
Yeah.
calling this show. Now he's just entertaining himself with Crapplebees on my answer machine.
Yeah.
What a hero.
hmm You saved him, pal.
Yeah.
You saved him. He's walking around his house talking to himself, playing with his own nickels.
Do you
Right
think he's
thing.
leaving that guy messages too?
I don't know. I don't even know that guy, so I don't know if Medicine Man
Yeah.
can find him. You know. I watched on the 24/7 channel last night. I watched Entourage.
Yeah.
I miss good Entourage. There was bad Entourage, but I have to tell you, Joe, if Joe was a character, who is he from Entourage?
Turtle.
I see Joe in a lot of people on TV. I even see Joe in Curb Your
Oh,
Enthusiasm.
I know who
sometimes.
he is.
Who?
Billy Walsh.
He's 100% Billy Walsh.
Yeah. I
He's
was thinking
100% Billy Walsh.
drama, but I was like,
Yeah.
nah, not really drama. Yeah,
Those
Billy
people are
Walsh.
too cool.
Yeah.
I saw a thing last year that said, could you name the 5 best characters from HBO series?
Mm.
It's impossible.
That's tough.
It's impossible because you're like, I mean, I love Ari. I love
You haven't watched
Tony
the,
Soprano.
You haven't watched The Wire, but Omar from The Wire.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
I mean, he's up there.
great. Yeah. And he's great also in Boardwalk Empire.
Oh,
Chalky.
yeah. Yep, you're
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Boardwalk Empire has a lot of great ones too. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, HBO
It's
has so many
impossible.
great shows.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
and I was trying to go through, but then Joe, you are kind of a conglomerate of Billy Walsh and a little bit of drama. Like you got drama's Paranoia, and Billy Walsh is not giving an F.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
take it. He's very handsome.
He
Yeah.
they go to Ari goes to Billy Walsh's house. The guy just delivered a #1 movie, made a gazillion. It was the highest grossing movie, whatever. And they go to his house, and he lives like in the hood, and he's sitting there on his couch in bikini underwear with a gun on his stomach. He's just the best. I haven't watched that show in so long. When I think about it, I just think of Turtle and girls, and then you
Yeah.
watch it and you realize, oh, that's a pretty good show.
It
You know?
was good when it was on. It got weird at the end though, and I never
Yeah.
saw the movie
Yeah.
either.
The movie was not that great.
Yeah.
You know what? The movie wasn't great, but it was kind of like it gave you a little bit of
It was a
satisfaction.
It was like a condensed season. is
Yeah.
what it
Worst,
Yeah.
worst character on that show. Who did you dislike the most?
Oh, the main character.
E? Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was his job.
no,
you
I know,
what mean?
but yeah, ugh.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hate him, you know.
Yeah. Well, it worked.
Yeah.
Hateable face.
He was he just had that little man walk.
Mhm.
You remind me of Rob a little bit. He had the little man walk and everything to prove, and yeah, but he got all his hot girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
yeah.
ridiculous.
There's one scene where they had a house that they were renting that had an indoor pool, and it's the 3 of them, and they're in the pool with like 5 girls, and Turtle is alone with the girls. Like this girl at one point, he goes, "Come on, why don't we go upstairs?" And she's like, "I don't know." And she's like, "I was really hoping to be the girl that Vince picked." And he goes, "Honey, Vince has been gone with your friend a long time now.
Yeah.
It's just me." And she's like, "All right." Turtle's all smiles. And I went, "That's Pete.
All
That's Pete
right.
all day." Yeah, all right.
All right.
Anyway, if you'd like to call the show, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Those are the phone numbers.
By the way, I'd like to point out it's 2023. We were just talking about Entourage and you know that stuff, but it is
Weather
2023. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just fire up the show and I just got things on my mind. Meanwhile, this guy's been doing the weather for the last 5 minutes on Fox 13. I have no idea I can't see what it says. I have no
Tropical
idea.
storm.
Yeah.
Another one brewing?
Yeah.
Gonna turn into
coming.
a hurricane this weekend.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's out there right now, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But yeah,
They don't know if it's coming towards Florida quite yet, but it's definitely going to be a hurricane.
Tropical Storm Lee.
Listen,
Get your toilet paper.
we all laughed at the last one because we're like, Tampa,
I
we're
think we
good.
laughed at it.
Well, like after it was over, I mean, did you have any problems?
No.
Did you have any problems?
No.
You?
I know a lot of people that did.
Right, but did you have any problems?
Me, no.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing.
too far
We
away.
all get through, and then there are people in this area who lost everything.
Yeah.
One of the guys we work with, his whole house
know.
got flooded.
So sad.
My wife's uncle, his house was completely flooded, like a foot of water.
No, it's worse. The guy we work with, and I hope I'm not putting his business out there too much, but the guy we work with is the sole caregiver of his mother who is not well, and they are the ones that I'm fine, you're fine.
Yeah.
The one guy who's like doing God's work is the guy whose house gets destroyed. I don't know if it was a comedian or who it was, but you ever been to a funeral and the priest talks and he goes, "Don't be mad at God for killing your relative." He didn't say it like that, but he's like, "Don't be mad at God for taking away your relative. We don't know his plan and blah blah blah." And you're like, okay, maybe there's a big plan that I'm just not seeing. That's happened before, But I saw a guy the other day, and he was like, "Do I believe in God? I don't think so." And the guy's like, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't know. You're a benevolent God who loves you more than anything in the world, is going to promise you eternal life, but in the meantime is going to kill babies, kill little kids, give people cancer." And I was like, doesn't seem very benevolent to me. I don't really know what his plan is, but I don't like it. Doesn't seem like it works.
See, if there is a God, seems kind of just like he rolled the dice and stepped away from the table and went, all right, you guys figure it out.
No.
Or
Free
like
will.
every
That's
once in
free
a while
will.
he has to
Yeah.
flex. You know what I mean? He's like, "I told you I am the Lord your God, line 1. If you don't like me,"
I can never understand why he would give kids cancer and give a
Ted.
pastor a Mercedes.
Right?
You mean the pastor that was banging the kids?
Yeah.
That guy gets to live a great life.
And then he would tell you, well, God just wants to experience all parts of life.
Yeah.
Oh, he does? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's sweet. I'm glad my cousin got cancer and died because he wanted to experience everything. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
It's just a weird. I don't, and believe me, every time I talk about this stuff, I'm talking about my own personal feelings and struggle with what's real and what's not real and what to believe in. And everybody thinks I'm always crapping on them. I'm not. I fully respect people's rights to worship and do whatever they want, even if I think it's silly. What do I know? You don't have to worry about me. People are very offended. They're like, "Oh, you don't believe in God. I don't know if I can listen to your show anymore." I went, "All right. If God's taking away my show from you, how nice of a God is he?"
Yeah.
Also, that's people who don't really believe.
Yeah.
If you're going to put doubt in their heart, it's like, okay, so that's how easy that was?
Right? I don't understand.
Isn't the
Is
whole
that what
thing
it
having
is?
faith?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Are they am I putting doubt in their heart, or are they just like, "Yeah, you don't believe what I believe"? Same thing with like politics.
Feels like
Yeah, but
both.
I still, to this day, remember the lady who freaked out and wrote me an email about me not liking the new Red Hot Chili Pepper stuff. And I go, "You can like it?" I go, "My opinion matters that much to you?
No.
Don't you just go, who cares what that jerk thinks?"
I know.
If that's your favorite
I
band and
said
you
about
love
Galvin
it.
every day.
What's scary is when these people are like, well, your soul is going to burn for eternity, so I have to save you now. And you're like, nah, just please get out of my face. They're like, no.
That's how the insurrection happened.
I can't leave you alone until you live your entire life the way that I want you to
Yeah.
to save your soul. Oh,
Yeah, I always go, "You really think it's going to burn forever?"
come on.
Come on.
Does
I
not-
did see a thing, though, that made me think twice the other day.
What?
It said there's no air conditioning in hell. And I
I
went,
read that
oh,
too.
my God.
Justin Stengel put that up. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's going to be so hot down there.
I saw there's no beer in hell too.
I mean, I love that I'm going to be able to see Slayer every night, but oof, no air conditioning. That's going to be rough.
Warm.
What if it's all the things that you love are not there? There's no AC.
Oh.
There's no beer. There's no girls.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
It's just us. sitting
It's just
around.
Pete Davidson talking to me the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My Pete Davidson, if I was going to do an impression, is Dan Soder's impression of him, and I can't do that either. But it's so great when Dan Soder goes, "Hey, yeah, it's cool." Huh? He sounds like Butthead. Oh man! All right, it is Wednesday, which means Galvin has a brand new open letter. Can you believe that already?
Yeah.
And
A
Ian
lot of open
Beckles.
letters this week.
That's right. That one on Saturday was funny.
Yeah.
Galvin wrote an open letter on the fly on Saturday at the Comedy Circus, and it was good. It was really good. Ian Beckles is coming by today. Did you know that?
I did not.
I don't care. Ian texted me and he said, because I tell Ian, if you're in the area, just come by.
Mhm.
Like, I love having him on the show, and I know Wednesdays he's usually in the area. So I'm like, come on. So he hit me up last night. He said, "I'm going to be through your area tomorrow." I go, "Yeah, come on and do
Oh,
it."
yeah.
I mean, I love having him stop
Yeah, me
by.
too.
Because we always pretend we're going to talk about football, and then we talk about weed and everything else, you know?
He does have the football show starting up, though, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, he's got a football show on Saturday mornings. I'm glad to have him back here on the station, and the more we have him on, the better for me. I think Spanish. I'm going to ask you this. I'm not going to go around. I'm going to leave this solely with you.
Okay.
If Ian Beckles was to be hired tomorrow, but they had to replace one show on the Bone, what show would you replace?
What show would I replace?
Yeah, say, listen, we got to bring Ian in. He's a big name in the market. He does great on the ratings. He, blah blah blah. What show would you replace?
Roger and JP.
Oh my God, really?
They're not local. I like Roger and JP
Because they're gay. You don't like them because they're married. You don't want a married male couple on the station.
I'm
What
very
a
jealous
jerk
of their
you are.
love. Yeah, but I would. That's what I would put him right. I would put him right in there. I think it would crush.
He usually calls them those goddamn New Yorkers.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Oh my God.
I do too.
I've heard
Yeah.
it.
1025
I've
the
definitely heard
bone,
it.
not cool Spanish.
Yeah, man, you're not
Sorry.
cool at all. You hate gay couples.
I'm so sorry. I did not. It's not that.
He's like the goddamn New Yorker show.
Yeah.
Oh my
They just yell
Not
at each
even
other.
New York, Long Island.
Yeah.
For the record, we like Roger.
Yeah.
Love
We
Roger
like the
JP,
Buster
yeah.
Balls.
Yeah.
They
Spanish,
do
not so much.
yeah, Spanish hates them.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to bury Ian late at night, so you put him in the middle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get it. Expose them to the maximum audience. I'm just saying you were so quick. It's like
Oh,
you would
yeah,
lay in bed at
definitely.
night going, what
Can't
can I
wait.
do to get rid of Roger and JP?
The phone would be so much more successful. without them. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding, by the way.
I'm speaking truth, man.
No,
You're bringing us
But you're
down.
not.
Their ratings are great.
Yeah.
We're joking.
Oh, thank God you said
By
that.
the time this gets to
Yeah.
Twitter, it's gonna be like those guys really hate you.
They're gonna call for my head.
It's enough of Calta.
I'm gonna be on their show today, talking about how I would take myself off the air,
Yeah.
whatever that kid does. Hey, so I'm really in a quagmire on whether or not I'm gonna go to this
Pearl
program
Jam?
show.
Quagmire.
I don't. So yesterday I was like,
Real
in.
quick.
Yeah.
Gio, is he going to go to the Pearl Jam show?
No.
Spanish.
Yes.
Carmen.
No.
Joe.
No.
Yeah, no, he's going.
Hey,
he's
Joe.
100% going.
Right?
He's been
I'm
back
going?
and forth.
You
Yeah,
said I'm
yeah.
going?
Yeah, you've been back and forth for like, I don't know, 3 months now.
But
Yeah,
I've
of
already
course you're
missed the
going.
first set,
Yeah,
the first
you should
trip.
go.
Yeah.
You're going.
If he's talking about it, that means
Yeah.
he's feeling guilty for going.
Yeah.
But he's going.
But he wants to.
Joe, I was gonna take you with me.
I'm in.
Oh, but you said I wasn't going.
Well, I know.
Oh,
I
forget
know,
about
but,
it.
you know,
In
still.
your face.
I'd love to go.
Oh,
for
Gio,
rescission.
all right, Gio's in. Can I tell you the reason why? What I'm dealing with here is that yesterday I was like, I'm gonna go. I really do want to go. I'm gonna go. And then I looked up my tickets. I really have horrible tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, not
Ugh,
horrible, but
then
like
never mind.
I've never not been in the pit, and I don't like to be in seats. I don't want to sit in the back. And if it was at Amalie Arena and that was all I could get, well, then I would go. But the fact that I have to travel and buy a ticket and a flight and a rental car and all this stuff, and right now I was going by myself.
Yeah.
That I was like, I don't know if I want to do
Row
that.
2. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's Gio. It's section 218 in the back. So if you're on the stage, it's up on the back left-hand side, but which is fine if it was here. But I'm not traveling for that, So I looked on StubHub and all these places, and nobody has any tickets for sale.
Can you get the money back if you throw them up online?
I don't know. So they do this really weird thing where it's a verified fan ticket so that you can't scalp it. They don't give it to you until a couple of days before. And I don't know if you can transfer it or how it works out. So I could resell it somewhere, but
I think you can because I've looked on StubHub before and they have had that where
Yeah.
they say you're not going to get the ticket until the day of or the day before the show, and I'm assuming that's what it is.
yeah, I'm not really concerned about it. I paid for it so long ago that I kind of forgot about it. But the thing is that now it's getting closer. I'm like, I really do want to go. I just don't want to sit in those seats and travel for those seats. And
I mean,
Yeah.
with Oktoberfest right around the corner, a lot's going on. A lot's
I
going
can't
on.
wait. I can't because it starts this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it rolls in.
That's going to be awesome. Back to the motherland.
I'd rather go to Oktoberfest than I would to. And that's the other thing. I want to go to Austin. Do you remember, Carmen? I think we talked about this. During the pandemic, there was that lady there was Netflix had like a barbecue series on, and they had that old lady.
Yeah, you bought a brisket from her?
Yeah, and she was out there mopping briskets up with mops and all that stuff. And I actually got on and tried to find a flight the next day because we were stuck home, and that was before the real bad flight conditions. And I was gonna fly me and Joey out just to go get brisket out of the place, and then they were closed. They put a thing up that said, "Hey, due to the thing, we're closed. We can only ship stuff out." So I said, "Oh." So when I looked at Austin, I looked how far this place was, and it's only an hour from the airport. So I thought, I'm getting early. I'll just drive over there, eat
Just
lunch,
go for the
just go for the brisket,
Yeah.
and
Worth
then
it.
go back. And that was the other thing. I kind of want to see Austin. I know people there. I wanted to do stuff, but I don't know.
Austin
and
seems
then,
like it's awesome.
then I was like, I'll wait for a sign. I'll wait until I feel like, yes, this is the way to go. Like, if I get a good ticket to go to the show, it's 100%. And then I put on Drew's show yesterday, and I don't think Drew was there, but John was on talking to Sam. And Sam was, and he's like, "You travel?" And she goes, "Well, we just got back from Austin." And I went, "God damn it, that's my sign. That's my sign. Take Sam and go to Austin." So that's what I'm gonna do.
No, not that sign.
No?
Different sign. Yeah.
Do you have the plane ticket already?
No, but I looked up. There's plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty available. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have to travel this weekend, so I think I might be sick of it. But by the time I come home Sunday, I'm like, I'm not traveling anymore.
Yeah.
So you'd leave what, Wednesday to go to Austin?
I'd
Tuesday?
leave Friday after the show, and it's a Monday Tuesday show.
Oh.
Yeah,
Be back Wednesday.
I'd be back
Thursday.
Wednesday. I'd be back Thursday. But
Thursday.
I mean, I would do the show, but I would just be remote.
Now that I don't believe.
Yeah.
You don't want it.
Well, I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't be able to do it Wednesday because I'd be traveling.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're losing days here.
Yeah.
You want to have the I mean, all right, I guess I can come back and take a midday flight.
All right.
But I think if you do find tickets that are better, I think you should go. I think you will regret not going.
If anybody
you know
wants,
how many times he's seen
But
Pearl
it's
Jam?
but it's the
I don't know
only
if-
band
How many-
he likes. I
How many
mean,
times do you
way
need
in
to
the
see
back.
them?
I don't know.
oh my god,
He's
if
way in
Drake
the
was here
back.
every night, you'd go.
Wow.
Not true.
Did you see they opened in what was it, Minnesota? I think Minneapolis,
yeah.
Pearl Jam, and did Purple Rain.
Yeah, but they do Purple Rain all the time because Josh Klinghoffer sings it, and I don't think he's with the band. So what am I getting? Eddie Vedder singing Purple Rain? Because he'll start it off, and then Klinghoffer takes it over and it wails on the guitar and all that stuff, and you're like, yeah, okay.
You're thinking of the solo stuff. He's not playing with Pearl Jam, right?
He
Klinghoffer?
was out on the road with them. Yeah,
With Pearl
I don't
Jam?
know if he's there now, but he was on the road with them last time. Yeah.
Boo.
Well, he's just like as like a third
Another-
guitarist.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Hey, but I liked it the first time. Like now that it's part of the thing, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm sure you people are riveted by my travel plans for the future and whether or not I will
Oh,
not
the
go.
struggle.
I don't write parody songs. I have done that before when parody songs were a thing, like in the '90s and stuff. But I wrote one yesterday, and I didn't write. I was driving, listening to a song, and I went, "Oh, this would be a good parody." This is the second time in a month I've done this. I went, "This would be an episode," and I was like, "Yeah." And then I realized I was writing a bad song about me, and I went, "All right, maybe we will do this one."
Oh no.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. When we come back from break, we've got some stuff to give away to you folks. We will do that with a little game called Sporcle, where Galvin took over the championship yesterday. What did we do? What was the punishment?
You guys had to compliment Joe.
Oh, that's right. On his
Ooh,
video.
it was-
Sarcastically.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tough one. Oh, sarcastically?
Yeah.
You didn't have to point that out.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Pap, I will talk about this later in the week, but new announcement. The second order of Pap pins are on the way.
oh,
Just like the Disney pins, we're
ready.
gonna get them once a month. We're gonna get pins. This is a good one.
Get
this
ready,
is my
ladies.
favorite one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, take a break. Sporkle's next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta Show.
Yeah. 647 on the Mike Calta Show. It is 102.5 The Bone. I love this album and this song because I worked in the movie theater when this movie came out. Didn't really like U2, but had to watch this movie for 4 months, and all of a sudden started liking U2. I think it was forced upon me, and I'll take it from there.
Brainwashed, yeah.
I want to tell you guys about my friend Jeff Borum and Team Borum. If you are looking for your dream home and you don't understand the market, do I buy now? Do I sell now? Do I have to wait? What's going on? Don't even worry about it. Call Jeff Borum and let him work it out for you. His whole team at eXp Realty is on your side. Let them do all the hard work, all the heavy lifting. This way, all you have to do is find the home of your dreams and get in there and get it in there at a good price, and then just sign on the dotted line and start packing your home. It literally is that easy. Imagine if you could take all the stress out of moving. That's what happens when you call Team Borum. And think about it. If you're trying to sell a house, it's even worse because you don't know what the potential is that you can earn. You don't know if you should go with what your neighbors are getting, if you can get more. But Jeff and his team, they market it so well that it gets in front of so many eyes, and then next thing you know, you have people bidding over it. The price is going up. That's the way to do it. And you know what you have to do? Nothing. What you have to do is worry about packing and moving into your dream home. Let Jeff and his team at eXp Realty do it for you. That is Team Borum, Borham. You go to the website. You can even right there on the top of their page for free find out what your home is really worth. Not what all these apps are telling you or what your dumb neighbor sold his house for and ended up getting screwed but thought he had a lot of money. Let Jeff and his team, the experts, right here in the Tampa Bay area. Jeff lives here in the Tampa Bay area. He's been in our gigs before. Let Jeff and his team help you out. TeamBorum.com. I got to tell you, last night my wife and I were just going over, we started, and I'm trying to think of, I guess it's good to recommend. They're not a sponsor or anything like that, but years ago, Swigs was telling me about this app called Acorns. And the idea is that you put a little away, and then it grows over time. And what they do is they take the roundups from your, so if you go to the store and you spend 90 cents, it'll take that 10 cents and it'll put it in your thing. You don't miss it. You spend the $1 and you don't really realize it. And it's just your roundups, and you don't have to do it all the time. And then every once in a while you can throw $10 in there or whatever to help it grow. Well, my wife and I started at the same time, and both of ours grew really well. And I was like, listen, let's just take this money and run. Let's just get it. I was talking to her last night, like the law was looking for us. I go, we can get a small, like Bobby's got a tiny house. We can go get property next to him and live in the tiny, things that will never, ever happen. Yeah. We can imagine my wife living in a tiny house, having bad plumbing and me with no AC. And come on now. But it was just a little pipe dream.
Karishma and I were looking at places in Bali a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I'd go there though.
When she said it, I was like, I don't want to move to. There's like no plumbing, that's what I thought. No Wi-Fi.
No.
And I was looking up places. It's way more modernized than I realized. The only thing is it's like 24 hours or something to get out there.
Yeah, I watched this couple for some reason that. On Instagram, and they went to Bali on their honeymoon, and I was like, I'd like to go there.
It looks great.
Yeah, I'd like to go there with my next wife on a honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like when this one takes all her acorns money and disappears, whatever's left, I'm gonna go with my girlfriend to Bali.
Smart.
Right?
Yeah. That's a good investment.
You know what I said yesterday, Galvin? I don't know if you'd be down with this, but I watched an episode of Trip Flip that Bert did where I fell in love with Vietnam. Vietnam to me has always been jungles and people getting killed and and all that stuff. And I was like, I'd never go to Vietnam. You'd have to draft me to go. But then I watched that episode and I was like, I want to swim in that waterfall. I want to make those guys clean my ears on the streets. I want to do all the fun stuff. I want to eat something and go, did we just eat a dog? I don't know what just happened. And Joey wants to go. We should plan a trip.
I would love to go to Vietnam.
But then Amanda was like, well, if you're all going to go, I go, no. I don't want my daughter anywhere near Vietnam.
No.
Why don't we put it on the books right after we get back from Oktoberfest?
Oh, you're going to Oktoberfest?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I would love to go to Vietnam. I want to Vietnam, Singapore, and
Portugal.
Nah, I want to go further out. I want to go to those countries.
That's the problem. You need so much time to get there.
Yeah.
It's like stealing half your vacation.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I want to go to Vietnam and Perry, Florida. I just want to get up there and see what Perry looks like. I have a better chance of going to Vietnam, I think. All right, Carmen, what do we have to give away today?
Yes, so we have tickets for Three Doors Down, Eric Church, Outlaw Music Festival, Jelly Roll, and the 1975.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Everybody, not just Carmen, but am I missing something on Jelly Roll?
I mean, I'm not.
What,
No,
he's just a country artist.
Yeah,
who
country
has,
is huge.
I know, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a rapper.
he's
Well, yeah, I think
huge.
he decided to be country now.
Can I play
Yeah.
it? Is he dirty?
Um,
Oh, I do know this guy. I didn't know his name was
Yeah,
Jelly
it's
Roll.
He's got a really good voice when he sings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like the world went crazy over it. Like Bert loves him. Bert took him on tour, and all these people. And I'm like, I don't know.
I think his background story is kind of like interesting.
All I know is he's got a pretty hot chick for a big fat guy with face tattoos, and I'm not knocking it. I've been there.
And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer.
All right, so I like this.
You'd never think fat guy with tattoos on his face when you
Right.
hear him.
To expect a savior.
Actually, kind of sounds like Ralphie.
If I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor. I know amazing grace, but I ain't been living.
I gotta be honest, I kind of like this.
He's got a good voice.
I just all of a sudden I didn't know who he was, and he's with everybody that I know. He's on all these radio shows doing all this stuff.
Two things.
Good for
One,
you, Mr. Rowe.
some guy hit me up on DMs and he was like, "Hey, are you guys gonna be giving any tickets away to Jelly Roll? Because I would really like to see him." And I'm like, I don't know, but listen,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
My favorite is when somebody dies and they go, "Well, who got the points?" I don't know. I'm not doing a show for you. It's on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to the show?
do you know who Teddy Swims is?
No, I know Billy Strings. I know
I
Teddy
I love Billy
Shears.
String.
So Teddy Swims is a good singer. He's like a fat guy, bald, and tattoos and stuff. But he's a really good singer. He sings like kind of soul stuff, whatever. But he does those split screens where he'll sing part of his song and then you can come in and sing. Do you have any idea who Spencer Sutherland is?
No.
Well, apparently he has a song out with Megan Trainor. But here, I want to play this for you, and I'll play it through this microphone. But it's Teddy Swims first, and then this guy comes in. What you don't want to have happen is the second guy be way better than you. Listen to this. This is unbelievable.
Hey, tell me about it.
So that was Teddy.
Oh. Who's that guy? What's his name?
That is Spencer Sutherland. Wow. Listen to it. I mean, are you serious? You hear that run?
Hey,
That's ridiculous.
goosebumps.
Yeah, because Teddy Swims is good, and I was like,
Spencer Sutherland is white?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
And
Yeah.
he's very good looking.
He's a handsome white guy.
and he dresses all funky.
Yeah.
He dresses all weird, but yeah, he can sing, man. I was like, holy.
I've never met a white Spencer.
Oh, really?
Spencer Pratt.
Spencer Pratt, yeah.
Like being broke is a crime.
He's got a cool voice.
But at least I do what I like.
Wow, I discovered Jelly Roll and Spencer Sutherland
Yeah.
today. All right.
Like Carmen, if this dude just gets up and starts singing at a party, every girl gets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
change,
getting a little
they have to
aroused
change
right
their
now.
pants,
Yeah.
right?
The party stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Every guy gets mad.
Yes.
Different party starts.
Is he
Yeah.
considered like country or what?
No,
what is he
That's
That's
considered?
indie
Oh.
pop.
Indie pop.
Yeah.
right.
And he's
is what
super
his bio
handsome.
said.
So I got to tell you, I've heard like 3 songs in the past month that I went, God, this song is good. Who's this? And it's another Post Malone song. Like, I know all Post Malone's old stuff, but these new songs,
He's
I'm like,
good.
he's great.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
is.
Did you see the
Very
video? And it may have been out for a while. I just happened to see it the other day of pre-Malone, where it was Post Malone before he had the
Oh,
face
no.
tattoos.
Yeah.
He has long hair, and he looks like he's probably like 17 or 18, super skinny, long hair, no face tattoos, sitting on like a couch singing with some people. Yeah, it was
No.
great. I was like, oh my, because I thought it was a joke at first, and I go, oh, that really is Post Malone.
That is my only down thing with Post Malone is those stupid face
Oh,
tattoos.
yeah.
They're
Like
terrible.
even Jelly Roll has face tattoos. 1 or 2 of them are okay now. It's acceptable, but those always tired under his eyes. I'm like, that
'Cause
just
it
didn't
makes-
do nothing for you.
and it just makes him look dirty and smelly.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know he smells.
Yo, yeah.
You know he smells.
Yeah.
What would you do if your son came home with face tattoos?
Oh.
Well, no, he broke our agreement.
Yeah.
The agreement we've had is no hard drugs and no face tattoos.
Good
Whatever.
agreement.
But what after he's 18?
You know,
Even then?
That's,
Even when he's 18,
yeah.
19, 20, no face tattoos?
no face. 35, no face tattoos.
It just says dad above my eyebrow.
You know, listen to me. My
Daddy,
son
I'm
and I
home.
have had a long relationship. He got tattoos before he was of age because I had to go down there and sign consent forms. And then I told them at the place, I said, no face tattoos. And they said, too late, you already signed. I said, well, I'll be back with a machine gun. We'll see how that works out.
Oh.
All right, listen to me. He got 2 more tattoos, by the way.
Did he really?
Yeah. He got his name on his forearm, and it says Calta, and then he got a big scorpion on his shoulder.
Oh wow.
He asked me, he was like, "What do you think of this?" I go, "I think it's stupid." I go, "I don't know what you want. I mean, I don't know why you get a scorpion on your arm, but if that's what you want, get it. It's your stupid arm. Just don't put it on your face."
Thanks, Dad, with
Yeah.
the grinder tattoo.
Yeah, but I mean, I if it means something to you and you like it, you're the one who has to. And then he got it, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool scorpion."
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't want to see it.
I don't want it. I'm not getting one, but it looks cool on him. He's got scorpion arm. I don't have scorpion arm.
Yeah, no, I don't have it either.
I don't. You'd be able to see half the scorpion, and the half be tucked into my armpit fat. All right, Carmen, let's give away those 1975 tickets for a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap, your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to play Can You Name the Made-Up Celebrities when given 2 real celebrities. So I'm going to give you a hint about a real celebrity. That's going to be the first part of it. Then I'm going to give you another hint for another celebrity, and you're going to tack on that last name to make a new celebrity out of the 2, okay?
Okay. In the meantime, this Alexa just picked up this thing for overnight French toast casserole, and I almost ate my Alexa while you were talking.
Wait.
Oh, all right, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, made-up celebrities. Here we go. She experienced a wardrobe malfunction with Justin Timberlake. Famous American abstract expressionist.
Jackson Pollock.
Janet Pollock.
Oh, I know what it is. So it's a before and after. Okay.
What was the second clue, Carmen?
Famous American abstract expressionist painter.
No.
I don't know.
Janet Jackson Pollock.
Yes.
Okay,
Got
so
it,
we do
got
the.
it,
Mm.
okay.
So it's like a before and after. Gotcha.
Yep.
All
All right. Your next one. First American to orbit the Earth. Star of Fatal Attraction.
John Glenn Close.
Mike. Singer of Tutti Frutti. 20th century president.
Little Richard Nixon.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Galvin.
It just made sense.
2008 presidential election candidate. Star of Cool Hand Luke.
Rand Paul Newman.
Yes, Galvin. World War II diary writer. Architect who
And
designed.
Frank Wright.
And Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah, damn it. There's more.
Me. Give me the point.
Yes,
Well,
Mike
thank
gets
you.
the point. The first overall pick of the 1990 NFL Draft. Dirty Word Grammy-winning comedian.
Oh, I got this. What is his name? God damn it.
Eddie George Carlin.
Eddie George Carlin at the buzzer.
No,
Oh,
It's
no?
not Eddie George Carlin?
it is not. It's Jeff George.
Jeff
Oh, yeah.
George.
Jeff
I would
George.
never have come up with that.
Yeah.
No point.
He was the first pick.
No point. Former Tonight Show late night host. Former Last Call. late
Johnny
night
Carson
host.
Daly.
Yes. Galvin and Pap. We are halfway there.
He's all board, no score. He's Gio. He's got nothing. Spanish has 0. Michael has 2. And Galvin is your leader, but just by 1.
The
He's got
irony
3.
of you saying I've got nothing.
Why does your microphone sound so muffled today?
I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
All right, made up celebrities. Your next one, lead singer of Coldplay, civil rights activist
Chris Martin
who had
Luther
a
King
dream.
Jr.
Mike. Actress and ex-wife of Richard Burton, Eddie Fisher, and, well, a few others. Country pop singer
Elizabeth
of
Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor Swift.
Galvin. Got it in.
I was waiting for Elizabeth Taylor Hawkins.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Star of Baywatch and
Larry
Knight Rider.
David Hasselhoff.
Galvin. TV chef and talk show host. Voted number 2 on Rolling Stone's 2008, the 100 greatest singers of all time.
What was the first part?
TV chef and talk show host. Voted number 2 on Rolling
Rachel
Stone.
Ray Charles.
Yes, I could not think of her
Little fat
first
one,
name.
yeah.
I couldn't think of her first name. I was like, I know it's Ray Charles. Damn
I
it.
think I just had a mini stroke.
Spanish. Director of Apollo 13 and the Da Vinci Code. Subject of
Ron
the
Howard
biopic.
Hughes.
Damn.
That's good.
Galvin. Voted Comedy Central's 5th greatest stand-up comedian of all time. Star from Giant and A Farewell to Arms. Voted Comedy Central's 5th greatest stand-up comedian of all time. Star from Giant.
I know this isn't right. Kevin James
That's
Dean.
what that can't be Kevin James, right? Yeah.
No. I was looking for Chris Rock Hudson.
Ron Hudson.
I heard Giant. I thought Little Giants, Rick Moranis.
Hello?
I'm like, that's not it.
The Icebox?
Actress who played Carrie Bradshaw. Actress referred to as the Queen of Indies.
Sarah Jessica Parker Posey.
I love Parker Posey.
Parker Posey. U.S. president for only 30 days. 3rd highest grossing U.S. domestic box office star. U.S. president for only 30 days. 3rd highest grossing U.S. domestic box office star.
James Harrison Ford.
No.
Damn it.
I was looking for William Henry Harrison Ford.
wow.
Yeah. Damn it.
Close.
Half point.
Nope. And Pap, we're on the last 3.
Gio still has absolutely nothing, 0. Spanish has 1. Michael has 4. And Galvin is your leader by 2.
Ooh.
He's winning with 6.
Ooh.
All right.
Gio, you're activated.
Made of celebrities. Here we go. Star of When Harry Met Sally. Host of American Idol.
Meg Ryan Seacrest.
Mike. Famous female American auto racer. Star of Ghost and
Danica
Dirty
Patrick
Dancing.
Stewart.
Danica. Wait.
Danica
Sorry.
Patrick Swayze.
Oh, That's right. I'll get this one.
Spanish.
I said,
Patrick Stewart engaged. Damn it.
Ditto.
What is the score, Joe? Is this the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
I'm
the
down
last
by
one.
1.
Gio has 0. Spanish has 2. Michael has 5. And Galvin has 6.
Oh, all right.
Last one. Made of celebrities. Number 1 NBA draft pick in 2003. Fictional super spy.
LeBron James Bond.
Oh, very nice.
All right. This is between Galvin and Mike. Spanish and Gio, you are out.
Sure.
No. Director of Avatar. Star of The Mask.
James Cameron.
and
James
there's
Cameron
something-
Diaz.
Oh, Jesus. I was like Cameron Crowe, but that's not it. It was in my head. Ah, good comeback.
Oh my God.
Those are hard.
Yeah.
There's a ghost in this show.
Final score.
Your final score. Gio not on the board. He had 0. Spanish with 2. Galvin with 6. And Michael, your triumphant champion, he won by 1 with 7.
That was tough. Thank you, and caller number 15 will win today. Thank you very much. Let me actually say hi to caller number 15 so that everybody's not waiting on hold for nothing. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Derek.
Derek, you're the winner. Hang on. Carmen will get you. See if you want those 1975 tickets or Jelly Roll or Eric Church or a bunch of other good stuff that we have. Galvin, what's coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, we have Explosive Ain't Good. I'm Private. And did he win?
Did he?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Galvin has your news. We'll get to that next, right after we come back from break. First, before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends, personal friends at Walsh Roofing. Walsh Roofing is currently sitting on my father's house right now. Walsh Roofing and Solar is putting a roof on my dad's home. That's how much I trust them that I sent them over to my own father's place. That's what happens when you need a roof. You got to find somebody that you can trust. I know I can trust Walsh Roofing and Solar because they did the roof on my home. So anytime somebody that's a friend of mine or a relative or a listener needs a suggestion, I'd just go with the people that I went with. They were great, and that is Walsh Roofing and Solar. And yes, while they're doing your roof, or even if you don't need a new roof and you're thinking about getting solar. I got 3 calls yesterday on my phone that all went like this: silence, and then boop. Hello, have you all on solar? And I'm like, no, I don't want solar from you. Some guy call me from India and pretend to be from New Jersey, and we have a company down here. It's all convoluted and it's all fake. So when you want solar, you're like, who do I call? Call Walsh Roofing and Solar. They live right here. They'll come out to your house. They'll give you a free estimate. In some cases, if you're far away, they can even measure your roof through satellite pictures and give you an estimate online. That's how it works. WalshRoofingandSolar.com. Go to their website address, give them a call, have them give you an estimate, and make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Galvin has your news. We will do that next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening.
Seven 17 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Anything? Whoa! I don't know what he said. I heard him say, "I got you." And it said, "Sucking something."
I don't know what he said.
Off. Sorry about that. That was Jack Jagger. We have Billings coming in next week. Is that
nice.
correct?
Yes, Monday.
Tom King, who is a longtime bass player for the Greg Billings Band and maybe the sweetest, nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life, is retiring and not playing anymore, I guess, with the band. But I don't believe anything they said, because Greg came on the show twice to play the last show that they're playing. No, Tom is, I guess, not playing anymore, so they're doing a big salute, and they're playing a show at Ruth Eckerd Hall. And Greg texted me, and I missed the text, but he said he's having a bunch of bass players get up there, and I was like, no, there's no
You're
way.
taking over?
No.
Congratulations.
No, I don't.
that'd
I'm
be
not.
nice.
There's no way I'm going to get up on
No?
stage and play with any of those people. I only know 2 strings. But Greg brought me up one time at a beach bar. We had practice, and after practice, a couple of us went out to the beach bar to see Greg play. It was when they had a I think it was like a concert film or something that they released that day, and then they went up there and played. And we went after practice to go watch, because we were doing afternoons at the time. We didn't have to get up early. And then Greg's like, come on up here and play this song. And I was like, no, it was a Springsteen song. It was like, I can't remember what it was. And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, you could just hit the E. I'm like, I don't know what the E is. I don't know what's going on. Please stand by.
Oh.
And I'm playing Tom's bass. And I'm like 2 feet taller than he is. My bass is up to my neck bone. It was just crazy. But anyway, are we still a band? Do we still?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
What?
I mean, nobody ever says, hey, let's practice Tuesday at 3:00 and blah, blah, blah.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Nobody ever says, hey, we're going to practice Tuesday at this place that we've established and played or whatever.
Yes, that's true. But I will say, hey, let's practice, and nobody says anything. And then I text Mike and I go, can you tell these idiots let's practice? Because P won't respond unless Mike tells him. And then, who knows whatever else anybody else is doing. But yes, as far as securing a location.
Yeah,
you
like
secure a location.
I'm the one who does all that stuff. And I'm like, I got too much going on right now. Where is Charlie Bell? I want to live. Is that in Channelside? That's not, what do you call it? Is it? The bowling place. No, that's a new place. What? Can you see what it says, Spanish? One Up?
I couldn't read.
I don't know, but I want to. It's a
my
bar with a
eyesight.
bowling alley in it. I like that. All right. Anyway, so I don't know. People ask me now, "Are you guys ever playing out anymore?" And I go, "I don't know. We haven't practiced in 3 months, 4
In my
months."
heart, you guys are still a band.
Well, I mean, we're not. We didn't disband. You know what I mean? We
hope
just
not.
haven't played. So
In our defense, we really didn't practice before we played out anyways. So.
it's pretty true.
Yeah.
It's pretty true. Anyway, let's get right to news. It is 7:20. Let's check in with Galvin. Here we go.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
It's funny because that news stinger is from the newsroom from HBO, but the old one that we used to use is in a commercial that's on right now on TV.
Does it trigger you every time you hear it?
Yeah, and every time I go, that's
Hey, I also have to tell you, thank God for our listening audience, because there's a Coffee Mate commercial, and at the very end, you could just hear a little bit of music in the background, and I perked up one day, and I'm like, that's a TV theme song. What theme song? And I couldn't figure it out, and it ends quick, so I'm like, damn it. And then I talked about it one day, and everybody's like, "It's Golden Girls. It's Golden Girls." And I'm like, it is Golden Girls. You're right.
How about that thing I sent you with the winery dogs?
So that was great.
Yeah, so there is a video, and it was from like a foreign, I don't know, Brazilian something, whatever, and they're talking to the winery dogs about
The winery dogs are Mike Portnoy,
Billy
Sheehan, and
Richie
Kotzen.
and they're talking to them about like first thing that they did, this, whatever, and they go, "What's the first song you guys like jammed on?" And they go, "Well, the first one we wrote was this song, whatever," and they cut to them in our studio playing.
They took it off of YouTube.
Yeah, they took it off of YouTube.
That's awesome.
Because I was watching it just randomly going through stuff on Instagram, and it popped up, and I'm watching it, and I go, "Hey!"
Yeah.
I totally did the Leonardo DiCaprio. There it is. That's us.
Winery Dogs is the best band you probably never listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
they-
unbelievable
Yeah.
musicians.
But also they sound great, and to sit here in the studio and watch Billy Sheehan. Billy Sheehan played with Mr. Big, and he played with David Lee Roth, and now he's in my studio, in my corner of my studio, playing with one of the best drummers to ever play and one of the most beautiful guys to ever sing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Unfortunately,
like,
one of the
unbelievable.
best drummers ever to play was only playing a shaker.
I know.
I was like, "Come on,
know.
do the full set. Come on."
That was unbelievable. Anyway, they have 2 albums out. Both the albums are great. Winery Dogs and Red Wanting Blue are the 2 best bands that ever perform in the studio. We've had Robin Zander and all these people, but I'm telling you, 2 bands that I was blown away by. That guy's voice in Red Wanting Blue is the best voice I've ever heard.
So good.
It's almost as good as Skinny Sutherland. Or whatever that guy's
Spencer.
name was.
Spencer Sutherland.
All right, what do we have in news?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. You can stop into Pelt Shoes whether you whisper my name or not.
I
Listen,
did. I
If you
stopped in.
whisper my name,
Yes.
you're going to save money. If you don't, they're going to go,
I was too embarrassed to do it. Twice now in the same store.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
First time I should have done it because I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
This
whisper my name, you're going to get 10% off your first purchase. So that's going to save you a lot of money.
But, Calvin, they didn't know who I was.
They did or did not?
Did not.
Yes.
And I went in there, and they were super helpful. I was
Always.
like, I got fat feet, and I need a wide shoe, and I don't want New Balance. And that guy went through every box till he found the one that I wanted.
They'll take care of you. You got the Pelt Shoe Fit experts over there, and they're going to make sure you get the perfect fitting shoe because they have the 3D foot scanner there as well. So you can get on the foot scanner. They're going to give you all the information. They'll email it to you, and then they have it on file. That way, next time you come in, they go, "Oh yeah, we already got your foot. We know the size. We know what you need. Here you go." They have all kind of athletic shoes. They have dress shoes. They have boat shoes. Whatever you're looking for, all the different styles and brands in stock, ready to go for you. And they always have great deals happening. So Pelt Shoes has 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Pelt Shoes, get them at Pelts. So make sure you whisper my name. Don't be embarrassed.
Or don't. It's still pretty cool.
Enrique Tarrio, the former national chairman of the Proud Boys, has been sentenced to 22 years in prison for his role in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Tarrio was one of 6 Proud Boy leaders to be charged for conspiring to stop the certification of the 2020 presidential election results in the Congress. Of them, he received the longest sentence to date, 22 years.
Question I have here.
Sure.
Okay. If you listen to the show, you know I have plenty of black friends. I'm not racist. All this stuff that white people say. But if I go to jail, I can't be friends with the black guys, right? Like, don't you have to pick a side?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, yeah.
So
If
what
it's-
does
my
the
understanding.
Proud Boy guy do? Now he's a white supremacist in jail. I'm not saying he is now. I'm just saying when he goes to jail, like they're showing out Enrique, though. Enrique
Enrique
Enrique's
Tarrio.
going to get into the white boys.
Well, it's interesting because he was an FBI informant as well. So
For sure or
yeah,
allegedly?
documented. No, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So it's interesting that he's getting 20 years, for helping the FBI conduct their
Because
investigation.
he's like, I thought you guys said you
Yeah.
had my back.
Yeah, but you know
I thought
what?
you were gonna-
It's just like The Departed when Mark Wahlberg says to Leonardo DiCaprio, "I'll erase your file. Nobody ever knows. You'll
Yeah.
go to jail for the rest of your life."
Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean that's
You just became the fall guy.
yep. Dude,
Stand
I'm
back
telling you
and
right
stand
now,
down.
Yeah,
I
dude.
run away. Running and hiding is the best thing you can do.
I
This
agree.
guy's screwed.
And now they made him look like a crazy cult leader, and he's done.
He wasn't even there on site.
No.
He
But-
wasn't because they just showed the video, and I thought,
No.
okay, all right.
By the way, they say that he is of Cuban heritage and identifies as Afro-Cuban.
Yeah.
So when he goes to jail, Does he get to hang out with the Afros, the Cubans, or the
No,
white
he's a
guys,
snitch.
the Proud Boys?
He's a
Did
snitch.
he get his ass kicked?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Turns out they're all snitches.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, he was, the Fed, a snitch for like the Fed. I imagine
what?
that can't be good.
I gotta be honest. I don't like snitches are the lowest kind. Like if if Ian and I got in a fight and we weren't talking to each other anymore, I would never be like, oh, you want to know about Ian Beckles? Blah, blah, blah. I would just let it go. I would just let it go. Like those guys that come at what?
Depends on what happened, though.
No, I don't mean about between he and I. But if I was like, I'm making this up. Ian Beckles was stealing money from the company they work for, or Ian Beckles cheated on his wife, and I'm making all this stuff up. It didn't happen. I'm just saying, like, after you don't do that stuff after there's a fight, or if you have those secrets, you take them. You just keep them and take them. Now, if it's something between Ian and I, we had a fight and he did something to me, then I would talk about that. But I'm just saying if I don't know. I just hate those bitches who go back afterwards and then you trusted them and you told them something, and then they all of a sudden they're bitching on the air about you.
Like, imagine your leader tells you to do this January 6th insurrection, then you end up going to jail for
Can
it.
I just tell you where you lost me? My leader.
Yeah,
No one's
yeah.
leading me.
I agree.
at all.
It's
By the
that's
way,
The day that I get a phone call and they go, "This is what you're doing."
Yeah.
I go, "This is what you're doing."
I feel that. But now
Leader.
you're going to prison, and now you're finding out not only was your leader an FBI informant,
Right.
he's going to be in there with you. You're probably going to want to kill him.
If Trump gets back in, does he just pardon all these guys anyways?
So that's a good question.
Here's the thing, though, is if they go, listen, Galvin, you're going to jail for 22 years. Spanish did it.
No.
Immediately.
I don't mean that. I don't mean to save your ass. I mean to be the guy that go. I don't know. Just I've hung out with a lot of people, a lot of like famous people. And I don't mean famous like celebrities, but I mean like people that you know in the area or whatever. And you absorb a lot of what you see and what you hear and what you secrets. And then the minute you have a fight with them or you don't talk to them anymore, then you betray all that trust. It just shows what kind of person you are. And if you're the next person, you never want to hang out with that guy again.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, integrity.
Yeah. Nobody has integrity.
The attending physician of the Congress of the United States informed Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell that he did not have a stroke and was not suffering from a seizure disorder in a letter addressing two recent episodes involving McConnell sent on Tuesday, saying, quote, "There is no evidence that you have a seizure disorder or that you experienced a stroke, TIA, or movement disorder such as Parkinson's disease. There are no charges recommended in treatment protocols as you continued recovery from your March 2023 fall."
You just be old. I watched yesterday Mitch McConnell speaking for the first time since his second freeze up episode. And now it's a game. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, here we go. He's winding up. Oh,
Yeah, because if he pauses for 2 seconds, you're like, oh,
He's got lost eyes, man. When he talks, he's got lost eyes. Like at any minute, he's going to be like,
How can they say there's no evidence?
Well, no, but there's no evidence of what's causing it.
Of that, yeah.
Yeah, there's no evidence that he has Parkinson's. There's no evidence that he has a
I mean,
stroke.
it could
According
be
to
something
them.
else.
Yeah.
according to that.
I mean, that's the attending physician at the Capitol. It's not like they're trying to cover it up for him, you know. I don't
Could
know.
be.
Yeah, but I mean, he's looking at everybody. He's not just looking at Republicans or Democrats. But anyway, watching that old turtle on TV freeze up like that, it is to me. I mean, obviously, it's sad. It's sad that this old man is going through this right now, but you can't trust a guy like that. A guy like that should have the common decency to say, "I've got something going wrong. I'm going to step away and let the people who are healthy take care of the world."
Nobody
None.
will give up the power.
Yeah.
Nobody will give up the power. It really should be other people around him saying, "Listen, we can't have this guy doing
They might
this."
be. They might be trying to.
Yeah,
you
some
know.
people have said that he needs to resign.
But I mean, like people that care about him, like his family should
Right.
be.
Yeah.
They
Like
might
if
be like, "Dad, you got to stop."
Yeah.
Imagine if that was your father. You'd be like, you're embarrassing yourself, and you feel bad.
I
Like,
say that to my dad every day.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It's terrible.
Who's signing the papers?
Yeah,
I don't know.
the lady that's going. Senator,
Yeah.
you hear that?
Well, we got
That's who's
They
signing all
asked
the
you a
stuff.
question.
Yeah.
Did you hear the question?
The worst part is that the question they asked him was, "Are you running?"
I
I
know.
know it
Yeah.
couldn't have been any better. If I was running against him, I would just show that. I would show that clip, and then I'd be like, "Is this what you want?" Calta for
And you know what my theme song would be? freeze frame.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't have been Senator. What would you like for lunch today?
Yeah.
Like,
Or how would you come up with world peace?
Right.
They were like, all right, I'm telling you, that guy, whoever's running against him, should have the best commercials ever.
It's not going to hurt him. Look, they voted Fetterman in. He had a
That's
stroke.
crazy.
Fetterman, though, here's the thing: Fetterman had a stroke, and he was recuperating from the stroke, and they tried to make him look like I don't vote for the guy, I don't know it, but they tried to make him look like because he had a speech pattern that was wrong, that he was no longer capable of thinking, and he also suffers from depression really badly. He wasn't in great shape. But he wasn't like Mitch McConnell is.
But he is not making sense, though.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, but at the time, he wasn't
on the
so
cusp.
bad.
Yeah, he was on the cusp. I agree.
And
but as soon as they can't find a Fetterman, as soon as they say that, you're in.
I know, I can't stop singing it. Every time you say Fetterman.
A new tropical storm is formed in the Atlantic Ocean, is expected to intensify into an extremely dangerous hurricane by the weekend. Tropical Storm Lee was announced by the National Hurricane Center on Tuesday. Its wind speeds picked up on Tuesday afternoon and are about 45-mile-per-hour higher gusts. Lee is forecast to become a hurricane within a couple of days and will likely become a major hurricane by Friday, so obviously we'll keep our eye on that.
Where?
And let you guys know it's out in the Caribbean
there.
right now,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah.
I got a proposal for a generator.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, get it as soon as you can. But
Not just. I mean, the hurricane, yes, but not just for that. You know what I mean? If they told me they could hook that thing up in one day, I'd be like, do it tomorrow. I gotta call them after the show. Yeah, because I think that just for any reasons, you know what I mean, just the whole idea that we could lose power in the grid or in the area or somewhere for something where it's shut down and have to sit here in this house
when Bill
with no
Gates shuts
power.
it down for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm growing vegetables in the back.
Oh, you're not going to be allowed?
Just let me know when I need to start hoarding the hundreds of rolls of toilet paper.
All right. We'll give you a call.
If we ever got shut down, I'd clear this room out, cover it in plastic, and light a candle, and then use my own poop to cultivate the dirt.
What?
And I would grow potatoes
This isn't
like
Mars.
the Martian.
Yeah, whatever.
I would do it right in this room, like the Martian.
That's not how it works.
I love that movie.
Let's try it this weekend. See
That
how-
is such a good movie.
It is.
By
good,
the way, you would just have melted plastic and poop in the corner. Nothing would grow, and Mike would just,
Look at the size of this potato.
Matt Damon lied to me.
I
not a
forgot I'm
potato,
not
sir.
a botanist.
Yeah.
That's no potato.
breathing in
Too
poop
late.
and plastic.
Attorneys representing Alex Murdaugh, the notorious South Carolina fraudster who was convicted earlier this year of murdering his wife and son, filed a motion with the South Carolina Court of Appeals on Tuesday demanding a new trial alleging jury tampering by the county clerk of the court. The filing states that the clerk of court, Rebecca Becky Hill, tampered with the jury by advising them not to believe Murdaugh's testimony and other evidence presented by the defense, pressuring them to reach a quick guilty verdict, and even misrepresenting critical and material information to the trial judge in her campaign to remove jurors she believed to be favorable to the defense.
Ooh,
You
they
know,
can
and-
prove that?
Yes, they got it, dude. This is one of the most egregious fouls ever.
Ooh.
And you know what she said to them? This is the worst one yet. And I don't even smoke. They said smokers on the jury are not allowed to take smoke breaks anymore until they come up with a guilty verdict. I mean, this woman screwed
Pressure.
up this whole trial.
And that's double jeopardy, right? Like if he gets acquitted, he can't get charged again for the same murder,
no,
right?
no. So they would.
That's a mistrial.
Yeah,
It's a mistrial,
I
yeah.
think they're asking for a new trial based on this information. And I was watching the experts yesterday saying they're gonna get, if this is true and they can prove an ounce of this, they're totally getting a new trial.
Oh, man,
It's-
that's
it's
tough.
pretty insane. That's just that is though definitely somebody who is getting directives from above them. You know what I mean? I don't think she just went all willy nilly and was like, "Let's go." That's somebody going, "This guy needs to be guilty. Get this done."
Oh,
Push them to do
man.
whatever they have to do.
Could be, or it could be her just, say he's guilty. Let's get him out of here. There's that. You never know.
The lawyers that were on TV yesterday were horrified they were like, "This is one of the worst fouls we've ever seen."
Yeah, and that's a big deal because obviously now you've gone through a practice trial, so you know all the information that the other side has and all the different stuff, so you can kind of format it to be do better. Like it's
Dude,
a practice
he
for you.
gets off.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Oh my God.
But like this with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby got off on a technicality because they did it improper. The way they did it was improper. And they're like, yeah, we know he's guilty. We know all this stuff. But that's the law. That's how we have to do it.
Oh,
So it'll be interesting to see. This is some sad news. Former Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Williams reportedly died on Tuesday at the age of 36. According to a Buffalo television station, Williams was working at a construction site when he suffered injuries in an accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we know what? Did something fall on him? Did he get run over?
It didn't say. It didn't say in there what exactly happened, but
That's horrible. And Gio, you were saying that you think he's made what? His career was $13 million?
I had read that he made around 12 or 13 million.
well, I read a thing that said they signed him to an extension that was like $40 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why is he doing construction?
I don't know.
No idea.
Loves it.
I don't. I thought I said
keeps him in
sometimes people
shape.
get bored. He's got to be relatively young,
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe you have a background in that, and you're having something built, and you're like, I'll be out there, kind of help out and show what I want.
Oh,
put
I'm
this
sorry.
Or
on.
he owns the company.
I want to
Could be.
leave and come back and it's done. Like when I got the roof done in this house, we went to Japan. I go, see you in 2 weeks. Came home with a new roof. I don't want to. The anxiety that I get watching them do that, or tarping my roof, and then I couldn't do it. Imagine being out on a construction site like those people that get construction done and they sit there and they watch and they bother the construction people.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
well,
They
why don't
love
you guys
that.
put the little that over here and nothing.
During a time when having good players on the Bucks was like few and far between, he was good.
Yeah, he was good. It was a
he-
bad time for the Bucks.
He was part of that 10-win season when with Josh Freeman and all those guys.
Yeah.
You said
2010.
What if he got run over? What do you think? What would run him over? Steamroller? Is that what you were thinking?
just like a tractor or something,
man,
or bulldozer.
You said get run over. I immediately thought steamroller, and I was like, that is not the way you want to go.
Paving. Well,
I thought a reindeer.
can I can I just put this out there? A steamroller, you mean like when you're paving?
Yeah, to smooth it out.
If I ever got run over by a steamroller, just leave me there.
Oh,
Just
dude.
put some tar on top of me, steam it,
about
roll it
that.
again, and just know that every time you go to that Publix, I'm buried in the parking
You're in
lot.
there?
Yeah.
Mike Williams was on there when Cadillac Williams was on there as well, right?
Yes.
Both had the two Williams.
Cadillac Williams, easily the most ignorant athlete I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, I couldn't understand a word out of that mush mouth. He couldn't read. He was the dumbest person I ever spoke to. Ran like a son of a bitch. Dumb as dumb.
I
man.
remember he did the liner for us, and every time I played, I would go, that is a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was dumb.
His rookie year, I thought we're never gonna lose ever again. He was so good those first 4 or 5 games.
I mean, he set rookie records
yeah,
in the first
I'm like,
couple
oh
games.
my gosh, we've got the new Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
We're never gonna lose.
And we
ever
never
again.
had a running back. We had Warwick Dunn,
yeah, an
who was
all-star,
pretty
yeah.
good, and but split with All-Star, But
I mean, he was just for 4 or 5 games. He was just unstoppable.
yeah, he was that first game he played. He set the record.
I
so.
think that was the Raheem Morris year when they won 10 games. That was Mike Williams had a big year that year.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Cadillac. Cadillac was before Mike. Oh, it was before Raheem.
No, I think it was on the same team.
I don't think so.
2010.
You may be right, Gio. You would know more than I do, but I don't think so.
Well,
Because
I know Gruden drafted him.
No, because Cadillac Williams played when I was at the country stations. That was 2000.
Well, I know
Five?
Gruden drafted Cadillac Williams.
Right.
And I
And he
guess-
had that 1 year
Yeah.
in his rookie year that was good, and then they were like later. Oh, whatever.
We'll see. How about this? A 14-year-old student from Massachusetts died on Friday, officials say, after his family say his death was caused by complications
COVID vaccine.
from eating an extremely spicy chip that was subject of the one chip viral challenge.
Yeah, listen, this chip is
Yeah.
I don't
putting people in the
understand.
hospital
What? How?
because it is so hot that once it gets in your body, it is burning through your esophagus and your other. But I have read so many people that have gone to the hospital that have digested the chip and then had problems later. This thing is it's not a funny thing. It's not a
that's-
funny challenge.
And that's what happened to this kid. I guess he did it at school, had a stomach ache, called his mom, got sent home early, and it wasn't until he was leaving for basketball tryouts at 4:30 did he collapse. And
Which
Damn.
you can't blame the parents or anything. The kid comes home with a stomach ache. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think it's burning through his esophagus
Right.
and all this stuff. The kid's name is Harris Wallaba. His mother confirmed that the family believes the teenager died of complications from the one-chip challenge, though the results of an autopsy were pending. Harris' cause of death has not been confirmed. Officials didn't share more information about the circumstances around it.
Yeah, listen, you have to have a conversation with your kids like I had with my stupid kid and be like, you cannot do this.
Yeah.
This is not because they would buy the hot chips and they would do it, but not like this one. This
No.
one here is hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, they should pull it off the market.
I
Like, I don't even know what
Sure,
they're
they're
doing.
going to get sued like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how that's FDA approved.
Yeah, for
I
real.
don't know that it is. I don't know where they're getting it from. This is not like one of those hot Takis that you get at the gas station.
Those are
you know?
delicious.
But I mean, if you're buying it, unless they're getting it off the black market or something, or,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems crazy. A Delta flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around and make an emergency landing after a passenger, quote, had diarrhea all the way through the plane. The Airbus A350 aircraft was 2 hours into a transatlantic flight from Georgia to Spain on Friday when the pilot asked to come back because of the fecal fiasco, saying this is a biohazard issue. The pilot told air traffic control, "We had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back." We have some video of the aftermath. Look at this
I
plane.
saw it. I don't want to see it again.
Look at this plane. Look at the runway, the carpet thing there. Oh, that's a lot of splatter.
How do you have that much?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Oh, and you have to imagine that it was probably a lady in a skirt, because if that's a guy,
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, if you
shorts maybe,
yeah,
maybe
it
shorts.
drips, but I thought it came from the bathroom. I thought they were having problems in the bathroom.
No,
and
no,
it
no.
leaked
This
out, yeah.
person was
trying to get there.
trying to get to the bathroom. Yeah.
I mean,
Does he know why?
Why?
One
of
chip
those
challenge.
chips.
Yeah, like why did he have such bad diarrhea?
Oh,
What did he
Hooters.
eat? No.
I mean, you got to give him some credit for trying.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't be that mad.
That's not trying at all. You're
You can't be
waiting
mad
to
at
the-
him.
You're waiting to the last minute.
But Carmen, maybe there was somebody in the toilet and he was waiting for
Yeah.
them to get out of the toilet, and then he was like, "All right, now's my chance." Oh,
And
There's
also,
4 bathrooms on the plane.
you're not waiting till you don't necessarily have to be waiting till the last minute. When it hits me, it just
Yeah.
hits.
I mean,
And also as you get a little older, you start losing. If you're not doing your Kegel exercise,
That
you start
O-ring,
losing
yeah.
that O-ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of people that were in this splash zone
Oh.
is just, it's unfathomable. to
Yeah.
think.
My wife would be puking
Oh,
every
my
Biohazard.
gosh.
Sure.
Biohazard.
The old gamble and lose. Maybe
Yeah.
he thought, I'll let this
Can
slip
you
out. And it's not
imagine-
that.
Oh,
Can you imagine just being an average guy, like just me? I get diarrhea so bad I got to run to the bathroom, and I don't get there. I crap all the way down the aisle. It flows down the aisle. I try to get in the bathroom. Now I have dirty underwear, dirty pants, and I'm in the bathroom trying to turn around and move. And I'm like, you know what? I try to clean up the best I can, and then I go out. When I go out, everybody's thrown up and they're sick, and they have to turn the plane
You got
around.
an
Yeah.
audience.
I just go, hey, open that door. I'm just
yeah.
gonna go out.
I flush myself down the toilet.
Once you get to the bathroom, then what do you do?
Yeah.
You stay in there.
Yeah.
You don't ever come out.
The shame. You've got the short. What do you do?
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
just imagine your face covered in that blue because
Yeah.
you tried to
I
drown
tried.
yourself in the toilet.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, when I exploded at Joffrey's in Ybor City, I didn't know what to do after that. I flooded the whole bathroom, and I was like,
Dude.
You
Guys-
saw the panic on my face in Ireland.
oh, yeah.
You know, that was I
Yeah.
just had to, and then luckily outside.
Yeah.
Outside's the way to go.
I feel for this person. I've got empathy.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I mean it's terrible. I
Yeah.
feel worse for the people on the plane.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel worse for the guy.
I can say, as someone who's been asked to get off of a plane because of vomiting, I feel bad for that guy.
I mean,
That guy didn't know what was going on.
Everybody loses here, but I feel really bad for that person.
This is a sad day, man.
An official-looking sign randomly showed up at a Loyola beach in Chicago saying, quote, "Nude beach, past this sign." It is not legit.
That's great, though.
They don't know who put it there, but officials say they do have to wear clothes. Look at the sign. It looks official. Like if you went there, you'd be like, oh, this is a nude beach?
all
Oh, it's a
right.
real
Yeah.
big metal sign.
It's
yeah.
in there.
All right,
yeah,
yeah.
it's ready to go.
I'll go nude.
So yesterday was Happy National Cheese Pizza Day.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great.
Love it.
I don't know whether today's is good. Happy National Read a Book Day.
Oh,
Nerds.
Yeah.
Read a
I'm
pizza.
reading a book.
Yeah.
Read a book.
When's the last time anybody's really read a book?
It's been a little while.
2003.
I started reading this weekend Joey Diaz's book, but I can't just go from beginning to end. I got to jump around.
The last-
I finished a book like a month ago.
I
What?
started a book
Yeah.
a week ago.
You're-
I usually do books like whenever if I'm traveling.
yeah.
I'll read a book, whatever. But unless it's something that
My wife will buy a book, and then I'll see it in the kitchen, and I'll go, "You're not going to read this?" And she's like, "Oh, I read it already." And I'm like, "What? What do you just suck the knowledge out of the cover? How do you?" She flies through those books, and I remember we were out to dinner one time, and somebody's like, "Did you ever read that one book?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I read them all. They're great." And I looked at her and I go, "I've never even heard of this before." She sneak reads.
The last book I read was Chris Jericho's book, like 15 years ago.
yeah.
It was great.
The last book I read was that Conversations with God book, which was really
I
interesting.
really enjoyed Mick Foley's first book.
Oh yeah, I read that too.
But that was very much. I was still like in the beginning of my career, and Mick Foley was trying to break into his career, and it was very inspirational when I read that book. Then he tried to write his own book, the novel.
Oh, yeah.
Tatum Brown.
He couldn't write it very well. He had a sock on his hand, so he couldn't hold the pen. It made it difficult. Carmen, you'll be interested in this. You love the deals. Next week, Taco Bell is giving people $5 off Mexican food on DoorDash, even if you order from an actual Mexican restaurant. Doesn't have to be from Taco Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I like it. I'm in.
yeah, $5 off Mexican food from Taco Bell. By Taco Bell, I guess,
I gotta say, I'm a little upset you keep bringing up all these fast food stories because I have not been able to stop eating Taco Bell.
Oh,
because
really?
You brought it up like
Don't
3
get on a
weeks
plane.
ago.
Don't get on a plane.
Dude, almost every day I'm like, just one more cheese, gonna need a crunch. It's not gonna hurt.
What is your go-to?
Well, right now I've been on cheesy Crunch Wrap Supremes and the chalupas, chicken chalupas with the jalapeno cream sauce. Oh, man,
They took away my favorite, the
Yeah.
beef Mexi melt.
yeah.
Loved it.
They have like weird replacements, but that's not the same.
But then you got to make them jump through
Yeah.
hoops and do all this stuff, and they never really get it
No.
right. So you're just like,
Yeah.
I thought
I gotta
somebody
tell you-
put a hack that you could still order it if you
not the same.
right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
do this,
If
and
you
you get
order
this
this.
pico de gallo and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But yeah, like I said, then you're just having people do all these different things,
Yeah.
and you're like, just never mind.
I
Don't
was
worry
just
about it.
scrolling through Facebook, and you know how they sometimes will show you a account you don't follow. It was a bunch of guys in a rehearsal thing, and they were taking a selfie, and it's from Sister Hazel, and it says, "Guess who's back in the studio making music?" And I go, in my head, I'm like, "What do you got?" Honey, I figured out. I mean, Sister Hazel literally has one song for 30 years. One song.
It was a good song.
I mean, it's all right. Like if you're at a bar and you've had 3 Bud Lights and you're like, "Oh, finally I figured it out." Yeah. But you know that I always associate them with Jared from Subway because they said that he pooped on their
Oh
on their bus.
yeah.
when I lived in Tallahassee, Sister Hazel would come through there 2-3
Of
times
course,
a year.
because that's their group.
They would sell out instantly. And there's a club, there's a couple hundred people.
Yeah, but also that was relatively
it's
recent at that time.
yeah, it's like mid 2000s, and it was great. They put on a great show.
Yeah, if I'm at a bar and all of a sudden Sister Hazel comes in there, finally I figured it out. I'm like, "Woo," and they do like 2 covers. I'm like, Sister Hazel. But Sister Hazel has one song.
I think one of the guys from Sister Hazel banged one of Mike's girlfriends or something.
Yeah,
No.
You have something in for him. You're against Sister
Okay,
Hazel.
stand by.
They're also,
Oh, you
No.
love him so much you named your dog Hazel.
they're also like the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah?
Like, they're super
cool.
cool.
That's what Mike's ex-girlfriend said.
Yeah, because they're all so happy that they lived off of this one song.
It's a great song.
It is.
Yes. Finally I figured it out.
I gotta
Okay,
be
so
honest with you, you should like this because this does have a little bit of a Counting Crows feel to it.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is so 90s to me. Like,
Oh,
just-
bro, now let's listen to their second song.
Never heard it.
No, they have one song. Maybe I was wrong. Let's try this one.
This was pretty big, this song.
Really?
I've never heard this song ever.
Oh, I do remember this song.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
It was in a movie. I think it was in American Pie, the movie.
better about today.
I love Sister Hazel.
back to the hits.
This is Fish.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not mad at any of this.
By the way, real quick, it took 1 week.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now everybody, Sister Hazel. Right up and out. That's all you need.
At least get to the chorus.
The chorus of this song? It's even better when they break it down to the acoustic part of it. But
They're the pride of Florida.
Yeah. I imagine they just do this chorus and keep on speeding it up faster and faster.
my son recorded a song the other day, and I stole it from him. He didn't like me to listen to it or play it. I stole it, and I played it for my wife, and I go, this goddamn song is good. I sent it to Orlando, and Orlando said, that's pretty good. And Amanda was like, think of all the bands that have been around for 30 years with one song. Get that kid to write one goddamn good song.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're
All
right.
you need.
Yeah.
I like it.
Macarena, for instance.
Macarena. That song, those crazy Mexicans wrote for that guy's daughter.
Yeah.
And now it became a huge thing.
Unbelievable. It was
Yeah.
like the first TikTok dance, I remember.
It was no.
Well, I mean,
Well,
everybody was doing it.
I mean, Macarena came out when I was at FLZ, and they would have they would play in the club, and every girl's in the club like doing it. Then my grandmother came to see me at the club one night, and my grandmother did it. We had to take her to the hospital. The Macarena almost killed my grandmother. There's no joke. She over Macarena. They had to take her straight to the emergency room. So I was watching Entourage last night, and they were on a party boat at Cannes. And all the strippers were doing the Macarena with Johnny Drama, and I'm like, Macarena, man, that was some crazy phenomenon.
Oh, God, I love that.
Speaking of one-hit wonders and stuff, did you see Stephen King said that Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5 almost ruined his marriage?
No.
Why?
He said when it came out that he listened to it so much, he said that he had the CD, he had the instrumental, he had the dance remix, and he played it so much that his wife said, if you play that one more time, I'm leaving.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What was so great? You don't
Oh, 3, 4, 5.
To the
corner.
Lou Bega.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the song, but I don't remember
That
the
one
band.
is up there with that and Suit Riot.
Dude,
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, can you just picture weird ass Stephen King driving around or sitting in his office? He's writing a story about a kid that pokes people's eyes out while they're sleeping. The old eye poke killer. I'll listen to this song.
I just imagine him in the Christine car driving around.
I always thought his name was Lou Bagel.
driving like the guy from Roadhouse.
How about, back and forth. I don't. I mean, listen. I will tell you the gayest thing ever about me. Okay, is that when what Ricky Martin song came out? What was that song?
Living La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
Dude, Pete and I went to the store. We bought the CD and we drove around for an hour just listening to it on repeat. That was such a great
That
song.
was a good album.
Living La Vida Loca.
Well, Mambo No. 5, this means he's banging all these multiple girls.
That's what I thought. That's what I always thought.
Little Trina is what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
He's like saying he's banging all these girls.
He's got a roster.
I'll never forget the two most disappointing times ever, or two with the same girl, but 3 times. This smoking hot chick came up to me one time at USF, and I mean, she was smoking, and she's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and she's like, you cowhead? And I went, yes, I am. And she said, I'm Pete Rose's girlfriend. And I went, oh, yeah, good talking. Yeah. And then the other two was this girl came up to me at the airport one time, and she's like, are you cowhead? And I go, yes. It was Monica Culpepper. And then one time I was at the Bucks game on the sideline, and somebody was like, cowhead. And I don't normally look, because I don't know what's on the other side of that. And Pete's like, you better look. There's some girl. And I looked over, and she's like, hey. And I was like, hey. And then I got closer. It was Monica Culpepper again. And I'm like, both times you build me up just to crush me and let me down. But I remember, I always think of her because it says Monica in this song, and she used to sing it. And she was
great
so
song.
Didn't she
Monica
win Survivor?
Culpepper. Yeah, she's so
that's
gorgeous.
right.
Listen to me. Brad Culpepper, great guy, great athlete. Him and Sapp playing on this team together was one of the most fun things ever to watch in the history of the Buccaneer football. Worst commercials ever for a lawyer. When that guy throws the card. Or the worst part is like when the
He's out
handsome
finding dogs.
when he returns home with the hey, you dropped your little stuffed animal, or oh my God. I'm like, who is convincing them that this is a good idea?
I
don't want my lawyer to be returning stuffed animals to kids. I want my lawyer to bankrupt corporations and to defend me. But when he's like, we dropped that. And then at the end, when he flips the card,
I like the card flip. I'm not going to lie.
That's
I like
so
the
dumb.
card flip.
So dumb.
right out
Look,
at you. Right in your face.
Probably great lawyers, both of them. Worst commercial. Great lawyers, worst commercial.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I want to get into this next story, but I know that we have to do the bone bonus.
And
here
I
in a
also
minute.
want to find out where the hell Charlie Belcher is because I want to go live there.
Oh.
Fun
zone.
If I had a basement, man, we'd have a bowling alley in the basement for sure. For sure. Joe, build us a bowling alley.
I wish we had basements here.
Get
me
me a Deeb Construction on the phone. Templar. We're putting a bowling alley. We're gonna wherever Ralphie's thing is. That's about the length of a bowling alley, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Or a lane at least.
Yeah, we only need one lane.
All right, what do we have? The bone bonus coming up in. We got 4 minutes, Calvin.
Yeah, but I have audio, so let me skip.
You want to take a break?
No, we can't. We got to do the bone bonus.
We can play it during the break. You got to pay attention. Carmen, can we do that?
Yeah.
Let's take a break. And I'm going to tell you right now, the bone bonus is going to play during the commercial break. So listen to it. After the commercial, Carmen will give you the word. And then when the commercial is over, we'll be back to finish news. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. 8:05 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 if you want to call us on the show. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 17. Can you believe that? That makes me very proud. 17 with this station, 2 before I got here, and all with Accent on Travel. And our friends Diane and Accent on Travel, they really take care of us. And we announced this weekend that Steve Byrne is going to be the comedian that goes on the ship with us. We may have more announcements coming soon. If you'd like to go, you can call Accent on Travel, 727-786-3336, or you can go to theboneonline.com and get all the details there. We leave. When do we leave? April? February?
April 4th?
I have it right here on my. Oh, what happened?
What?
My wallpaper changed.
Oh, stupid wallpaper.
Damn wallpaper.
April 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 211 days, 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 14, 13, 12 seconds.
I like it
On
a
the
lot.
biggest boat we've ever taken.
Yes.
But I got birch cruise first, so I'm gonna warm up. Get the
You
oil
and
precursor.
you and Spanish and Pap?
That's
Who's
right.
going?
Unless Gio wants to go.
What?
I would love to go.
Me, Spanish, Pap, and my son Joey are all going on birch cruise, and we are all sharing a room.
Mm.
And it's a normal size room.
No.
No way.
Good
No
luck.
way.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
So, do you remember when Barack Obama came out that he said that he had not fantasies? It was what was the
Dreams.
word? Was it
I
dreams
think it was dreams.
that he had sexual encounters with men and
No. I don't remember him saying this. He said this?
Yes,
Yeah.
he wrote it in a letter to his girlfriend in college. And
Okay.
He said he fantasized about.
But it wasn't.
That I
It
remember.
wasn't fantasized because I remember we had talked about that, and that makes it sound like something you want to do. If you fantasize about something, it was a different term that he
Real
used.
quick though, and I wish Spanish was in here right now because I know he would say it. But we've all had a gay dream before, correct? No, only me. That was the best answer. You can't control your dreams. If you did, I'd be dreaming about Jeff and Jen Epstein most of the nights. You can't control your dreams. And there have been dreams where I'd be making sweet love to somebody, and then you turn over and you're like, how is that my Aunt Marie? You know, you didn't plan, and it just happens. And I never had a dream where I was like, hey, you're a good-looking guy, let's make out. It's always like you wake up and you go, what did I do? I don't, and you have no control over it. So you can admit that it happened. So what was he saying, Carmen? Because if he was just writing, hey, I had some weird gay dreams last night.
he wrote a letter to his girlfriend in college, and he said, "I make love to men daily, but in the imagination."
In the imagination, yeah.
so
that's what it was,
that sounds like he wants to do it.
Like
Right, but the big thing I didn't want to say was fantasize, because fantasize is something that
Well, that
you're.
sounds like he fantasizes.
Well, but the word fantasize is something I fantasize that I win the lottery. I fantasize that I, sleep with Penelope Cruz. Like that's something you're wanting, whatever. So in the imagination, even though, yes, that still sounds like
Right.
that, I didn't want to use the word that wasn't proper. So
Spanish,
yeah,
when the last time you had a gay dream?
I don't think I've ever had like
That's a goddamn lie.
Yeah,
You've never had a dream where all of a sudden something weird happened. And
not
you're like,
sexually.
Nothing, ever.
No,
Mm-mm.
I've had
just
Me either.
I've had dreams where like in the dream I was in love with a guy, but
Oh,
nothing
that's
happened.
worse.
Yeah, it was weird.
I have had dreams. I never have a dream where I see a guy and I'm like, or even if it's somebody I know, whatever, and be like, hey, you want to make out? Or never. It's always like I'm with a girl and then later on in the dream I turn over and it's a guy. And I'm like it'll be somebody that I know or something. I'll be like, well, did we just do this? Like, I'm confused in my dream too. I never had a dream where I fell in love with a guy.
See,
you can't control your dreams, so I'm not. Yeah.
I had a dream a couple times in college where I was in bed with what I thought was a girl, and when the person rolled over was a guy.
Right,
and,
like
I
that's what
wasn't
I mean.
Weirded out, and then we cuddled, and then I woke up and I was like,
Yeah, because you're like, did I just cuddle? I didn't. I
By
never
the
had
way,
a
this
cuddle
was in
way
college,
gay.
and this was a dream, or
it was a dream.
were you drunk?
I was not. I think I was.
Did you like it?
I mean, when I woke
In your
up,
dream?
yeah.
No, see, that's the thing. When you wake up, you're like, what?
Yeah.
But also the same thing, like you ever have a dream that you're with a woman, like a hot woman, and all of a sudden turn over, it's like your aunt. And you're like, what? How did that happen?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Now, Carmen, I would imagine same for you.
I actually don't usually remember my dreams.
Oh, man, I wish to God I don't remember it. My dreams are so vivid that they bother me in the day. Like
All right,
even,
well, real quick, I didn't want to get into dreams and stuff.
No.
No. Back to Barack Obama.
Will you
So,
remember yours?
he said in the
Last night.
he said in the imagination that he would, do stuff with guys and stuff. Well, now a man who claims he had sex with Barack Obama back in 1999
Oh, that I thought you were going to be like 1974.
is telling his story to Tucker Carlson.
Oh, boy.
It'll actually be on today.
Do you think Tucker Carlson will make that weird face like this?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But he also says that he got some cocaine, and Barack Obama smoked crack cocaine, and that he put his. Well, we have some video and some audio, some
too.
highlight stuff of what's coming up with Tucker Carlson.
But now Tucker Carlson is exclusively on Twitter?
X,
or
yeah.
It's so hard for me to comprehend. Okay.
Yeah. Take a listen to this, and we have video. Here we go.
You're just a guy who's in town for the night, and it sounds like you're looking to party.
Yeah, pulled up in a bar outside, and there's this guy that's introduced to me as Barack Obama. I had given Barack $250 to pay for coke. I start putting a line on a CD tray to snort, and next thing I know, he's got a little pipe and he's smoking. So I just started rubbing my hand along his thigh to see where it was going, and it went the direction I had intended it to go.
Even though you had sex with him twice, you did cocaine with him, watched him smoke crack twice, you had no idea who he was.
I had no idea who he was.
Let me just ask the obvious question. What was Obama like on crack? Is it your sense that that's who Obama is, just transactional, or that he's bisexual, or like what is this?
It definitely wasn't Barack's first time, and I would almost be willing to bet you it wasn't his last.
The guy's running for president, and credible information comes out that he's smoking crack and having sex with dudes. That seems like a story.
Well, it would be a story if the media really cared about telling people the truth.
Couple of things.
Yeah.
Do you care if the person that you voted for president or alderman or whatever job that they had at one point in their life tried drugs like 90% of the people? Like the big thing when Bill Clinton ran for president.
I think crack is
it's
the big thing when Bill Clinton ran for president was that he couldn't admit that he smoked pot. He said he took it, but he didn't inhale it. Can I just say something? I believe Bill Clinton. I believe Bill Clinton was too much of a goddamn nerd to try to smoke the pot. I think it came to him. He didn't want to look like a nerd. He put it in his mouth, fake inhaled, then gave it to somebody else. I actually believe that, and I don't think that makes him better for it or worse. But I just assume, like we all know that George Herbert Walker Bush, is that the right one? the second one,
Yeah.
that he did coke. And I mean, it was documented, and then he went on to be a 2-term president. So what do you? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing though about smoking crack is not pot. It's a big jump from that. And do you think he smoked crack once, or was smoking crack a lot?
But
and
some people,
what happens to people that smoke crack?
Some people have smoked crack once or twice. Some people have smoked crack 20 times and lived fully functional lives. We hear crack and we think, laying in a gutter or going down on guys to get money to buy crack.
Crack house.
If you're an average coke user and you choose to smoke it once or twice, I've never done cocaine in my life. I don't know what it's like to be on it other than what I've seen in movies. But what I'm saying is I do know people who have tried it and lived totally normal lives and have only done it a handful of times.
But smoking cocaine, freebasing, is different than crack, right?
Correct.
Because crack has different stuff.
Correct.
Crack is a very pure form of cocaine.
I
No?
don't know.
Don't think so because it's a
Well,
lot
I-
cheaper. I
It
think
is,
it's a.
yeah.
I think it's a lesser than
Crack
cocaine.
is a very lesser
Yeah.
form of cocaine.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it is highly concentrated, so it gets you really high.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't last very long.
Correct.
Okay, so if you're the kind of person that doesn't really have an addictive personality and you can handle smoking it every once in a while, then that is not a big deal. It's like smoking pot, smoking whatever else. You
Yes,
smoke.
but if you're asking me if I prefer my president to smoke crack or not smoke crack, I would say probably not smoke crack
right
would be better.
But if you, so it's what did this guy say, 1990,
1999.
99. Oh.
So we're-
that's but 90. When was he president?
So we're believing
Late.
this guy that
Not necessarily.
a recognizable state senator was outside of a bar selling crack for $200.
No,
But
not
was he
selling
that
it.
recognized
No,
in
no.
99?
Didn't he say
He said he gave it to him
Yeah.
What
so
was-
that he can go buy it. Not that he was getting it from
what
him.
was the $250?
Because he said, hey, let's get some coke, and he said, here's $250, and he's like, I'll give it to somebody else. And go get it, you know,
right.
Yeah, but I don't know that any of this is true, and that guy doesn't look like the most credible guy to me. He also looks like a guy to me who had sex with an athletic black man who lied and said he was Barack Obama, and this idiot fell for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't care about him having gay sex, and I don't really care about him smoking drugs, doing drugs before he was holding the presidential office.
So he was
He's senator
teaching.
at
He
that
was
time.
teaching law, constitutional law at Chicago Law School from 92 to 2004.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember when?
Let's see. He was in the Illinois State Senate 97 to 2004.
Oh,
So he was a senator. Yeah, but I got to be honest with you. Did you know Barack Obama?
I mean, if you're in that
Yes.
area,
I was in that area.
I knew Barack
Not
Obama.
at that time, but I grew up there, and
you didn't know your state senator at the time?
no, I wasn't there at that time. I moved to Florida in '91, but for him being from Illinois, I would have. I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody knows who the state senators are.
No, everybody, you're out of your gourd.
Barack Obama was
You're
a
out of
very
your
popular
gourd.
senator. He
Yeah.
was on in the media a lot. He
Real
was,
quick, Joe, who is the Florida State Senator?
Ron DeSantis.
Yep.
Exactly.
I take back what I
There
said.
you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
I believe this guy.
Listen, I'm not saying to believe the guy, at all. I'm just saying this is what this guy's saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Joe.
Yeah.
Have you ever smoked crack?
No.
Okay.
Liar. Thank
No.
God.
Never have.
Have you ever made sweet love to an athletic black man?
No.
Okay.
Carmen, have you?
Carmen's one crack away from being Barack Obama. I don't know. This guy here looks like they took the worst junkie, cleaned him up the best he can, put a nice shirt on him, and made him listen to "Finally I Figured Out" a few times, and then put him on television.
But
And
again-
why is Tucker Carlson now doing his show from a shed?
Yeah, I
This
don't know.
is-
That's
yeah,
weird, right?
I don't know. Whoever is handling his set is
Because
you
he's
know,
the real everyday
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
In his
Yeah.
$2,000
His ranch,
suit.
right.
Yeah, don't wear
Yeah.
the bow tie then.
Yeah.
How about that? Also, I saw a video the other day of a black woman who looked to maybe be in her 30s that said that she was a sex slave for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Obamas,
Yeah.
and that Michelle Obama is a man and has a penis,
Yeah.
and had sex with her, and that so did Joe Biden and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, these people are saying these things.
Yeah, she's made the
they're-
rounds for years.
Whether they're credible or not, but it's just like the people that said about Clinton that that he used to have all these women come in and do all this stuff, and who knows? I don't know. And that kid who said he was Clinton's son.
I think Hillary Clinton was somebody who was with Bill Clinton, loved Bill Clinton, but also had political aspirations and was like, we're riding this out. We're doing this. We're entering this as a machine. I'm the first lady. You're the governor. I'm going to stick by you. Let's do it. And then one day you're going to be president, and I will reap the benefits from it as well. We're not in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, they're not romantically involved. That's what I think about the Clintons.
It's funny in the West Wing, the TV show, which is a great show. He says about how her ex-boyfriend worked at a gas station or owned a gas station or whatever, and she goes, "Yeah, but you have to understand, if I would have married him, he would have been president."
Yeah,
you know,
right.
it's that kind of thing.
Do you remember a couple of years ago? God, probably like 5 or 6 years ago, we had on a guy who claimed to have had gay sex with Derek Jeter in a hot tub.
Yeah.
And that guy tells a very convincing story that I don't believe at all.
Didn't that guy wind up? Something happened to him, or?
Oh, you might be right. I don't remember.
Yeah, I want to say that.
So the only thing that I will say about crack is there are numerous stories, and they've written some studies about how when people smoke it, their inhibitions are so lowered that any type of physical touch, will
it's like being on ecstasy.
So depending on if they are in fact doing drugs, with that in mind, the Jeter story, the Obama story, all this stuff is a little more believable.
Bite your tongue. Don't ever mention Derek Jeter in the same realm as people
Why
smoking.
would that not be okay?
People smoking crack and having hot tub sex.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was.
If Derek Jeter did it, would be okay, but he didn't do it. So let's just stop.
You're right.
Let's
You're right.
not talk about Derek Jeter that way.
I don't know why Tucker Carlson would have this guy on as opposed to Obama's brother, who's been very outspoken about.
Maybe he wanted Obama's brother probably wants more money.
That's a good point.
This guy they probably got for $80 and a new T-shirt. Put in some dentures and said, "Make him look like he has teeth on TV." I don't find this guy to be credible at all. I think he had sex with a black man who he thought was Barack Obama.
Very possible.
But you're just guessing. I have no idea whether he's credible at all.
But he doesn't appear to be to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, appearance, that has nothing to,
Yeah, that's my impression of him
Does
based on what he does.
Does he look like he's gay and did cocaine?
Yes.
To me, that he looks like he's gay and did cocaine.
Right, but
But
is
who
he
knows?
gay
So
and
that
did
makes him
cocaine
credible.
with a guy who is married and ran the country for 8 years? I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
But I don't get that impression from Barack Obama. I do get it from old wrinkly forehead Willie over there.
I want to do some research on this guy to see if because it seems like he's saying he's been trying to make the media rounds, but nobody's been letting him.
Go find out his name.
Larry Sinclair.
See if we can find him. So see if we can find him. Tell him we'll offer him the same thing that Tucker Carlson offered him to be on the show.
By the way, the guy that said he had sex with Derek Jeter and had sex
Posada.
with Posada was what was his name? Paul Priori.
Priori.
Yeah.
Because he worked for them. For
Alleges
the
that he was
station.
fired from the Yankees in '97 for being HIV positive.
Right.
He wrote a book, apparently, Lawrence Sinclair in 2009. Barack Obama and Larry Sinclair, cocaine, sex, lies, and murder? ?
Let's get Larry on the air.
What happened with Obama's chef? Maybe he found out something too.
Oh, what if he was
Walking on
banging
it.
the chef?
What if he was banging the chef, or what if the chef caught him smoking crack?
Criminal history, convictions of forgery, fraud, larceny.
Oh, yeah, he's
served time in
Get
Arizona
outta
State
here.
Penitentiary.
Guy's a liar.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Oh, because no one's ever been falsely accused of doing something.
Damn it, Carmen, I'm back in.
Also, no one who's ever been a scumbag has banged somebody. You know what I mean? Like, just because he's a scumbag and he's doing all this bad stuff doesn't necessarily make him a liar.
True.
100% could be a liar, by the way.
But
we don't know.
If I was gonna bang somebody and didn't want anybody to talk about it, I would bang the one guy that nobody would ever believe.
Or would you bang the guy who got in a bunch of trouble and was a liar and thief and all this stuff, and you go, he's a liar and a thief?
That's what I just said. I
Yeah.
would bang the guy that nobody would believe.
Yeah.
I would go with the guy. Really?
Yeah.
That's the guy you believe?
Right, exactly.
The crackhead who has been at forgery charges and all that stuff. Cool, believe what you want. Meanwhile,
If it is true, I can't imagine like what that has to feel like having that
I bet it
story.
hurts.
Here, I'll show you.
Wait.
and nobody believing you that you did have sex with Barack Obama.
Listen to me. I have a story. I didn't have sex with Pamela Anderson, but I have a story about Pamela Anderson and I in the stall in a bathroom, and I never tell the story because nobody will ever believe
I believe
it.
you.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was there. I experienced it. No one will ever believe the story. and that's that.
All
and
right.
I don't care if anybody knows or knows because I have it in my heart.
That's
I know
fair.
it happened.
Speaking of getting rear-ended, Gary Busey, not Jeff Richards, Gary Busey,
The real Gary
the
Busey.
actual Gary Busey, rear-ended a woman in Malibu last week, then fled the scene. Yeah, she chased him down into a parking lot and confronted him, where he told her he was private. Oh, private.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Gary Busey in the studio with us. Gary, what was going through your mind?
I had gay sex and I think I rear-ended somebody. It was fantastic. Look at the color purple. It's so purple now.
Yeah, if you're not following Jeff Richards on Instagram, he does the best Gary Busey, and he does the face
Says
swap
the most
thing.
ridiculous thing.
Yeah, he's the one with the pancake and the sausage, and
It's
honey,
great.
and I kiss it with my lips.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, she chased him down and was trying to get insurance. He tells her he's private, this and that. And by the way, at the end, drives away with the Beach Boys playing. We have some video and some audio on Bone TV. Take a listen and look. Here we go.
Be wiped out.
It doesn't matter. That's not how this works. You hit my car. You have scuffs all over your car.
Progressive insurance.
I want the number. I want the information. Sir, you hit my car.
I'm private.
It doesn't matter. You hit me. You hit my car. No, you rear-ended me. You can't hit someone and then leave. Yo, that's not okay. You hit my car. Sir, you don't get to just leave hitting someone. Dude,
Dude.
you can't hit someone and then just leave.
Apparently
so
you can.
funny.
He's driving a Volvo. You can hit anything you want.
Yeah.
That's so
Very
funny.
safe.
Can you
voice kicks
imagine
in.
you get out of the car and you go, geez, I got rear-ended a couple weeks ago. Just at a light, somebody just rolled a little too hard and hit me, and we all shook a little bit, and I went, all right? Yeah, and I just popped out, and the guy was like, I'm sorry. I looked at the bumper, I looked at him, I go, we're good, Can you imagine you pop out, you go over and look, and he's like, hey, I was just driving. Just, like, who would be the weirdest? Who would be the one that would freak out the most? I mean, it could be anybody famous would freak out, but I'm trying to think, like, if I got out of the car and
If I got out of the car and Rick Moranis had rear-ended me, that would freak me out.
No, but somebody like Gary Busey,
Yeah.
wild, like Randy Quaid,
Oh,
like somebody who's cuckoo.
or
you know.
Jim Ignatowski.
Nick
Yeah.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
Bobcat
Or Samuel L. Jackson. What?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh boy,
Obama.
Joe Jonas filed for divorce from Sophie Turner. After 4 years of marriage, he's saying that it's over. They tried to salvage it, but it's not going to happen.
And a
So-
kid too, right? Didn't they just have a kid?
I don't know. Who cares?
I
He
mean,
was just at his concert, like
Yeah.
dancing and singing.
yeah, they could be
smiling,
friends.
having
They
a
just
good
not want to get
time.
married anymore.
She's the queen of the north.
They have a kid. Oh, that's right.
I don't understand when you're a Jonas brother why you would think about getting married.
I mean, I would marry Priyanka Chopra any day of the week.
Would you?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I can't really argue with it.
Yeah. There's a couple of them.
Bob Barker, he just passed away. His cause of death was Alzheimer's disease, which he battled for several years.
At 94, that's pretty good.
That is
Yeah.
a great run.
I watched the special that they did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was on last night. I think they replayed it again, and I watched a little bit of it with Drew Carey. And I did not know that Bob Barker was. Do you know how he got started in the business? He was in the military, and then he was an airman, and then he was on the radio. And then they had a show called, I forgot the name of it. It was, I don't remember. It was another game show. And a guy called him up and said, I'm listening to you on the radio, and I think you'd be good for my game show. And he came down, and he tried out for it, and he got the job, and he hosted that show for 8 years before they put him on The Price is Right. And they started The Price is Right. And I did not know The Price is Right went away and came back.
Oh,
Did
yeah?
you know that?
No.
I guess it got canceled for a year or so, whatever, and then brought it back as the new Price is Right with Bob Barker again.
Damn.
No.
I was unaware of all of this.
Interesting. Finally, in news, a new study has found the best place to retire.
Okay.
Okay, so this is in the United States. Best place to retire in the United States. They put together a score with affordability, activities, quality of life, health care, all that type of stuff. What do you think? Number one, overall, best place in the United States to retire. What city? What do you think?
I bet you it's like in Arizona. What's that one place that my
Sedona.
mother-in-law? Sedona.
Scottsdale,
Oh,
Arizona.
Scottsdale?
comes in at number 2.
Former
really?
home office of the Late Show?
Yeah, Scottsdale comes in at number 2 for
Heat
Arizona.
waves.
Yeah. What do you think? What other ones?
I was gonna say Nashville, but I feel like that's
Nashville, Tennessee, not in the top 10 there.
Oregon? Is there anywhere in Oregon?
In Oregon, no.
You know where I like?
Sarasota?
No.
No, but I will tell you, Carmen,
Too full.
quite a few Floridas.
Oh,
in
really?
here, Yes.
Oh, St. Petersburg?
St. Pete comes in at number 12.
Fort Myers?
Fort Myers, not in the top there.
Yeah,
Naples?
good, I would-
Different fort.
Oh, the villages.
Fort Walton Beach?
No. Fort Lauderdale
Oh.
comes in at number 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of old people down there.
The
No,
villages, no, not
So we're
in
not
there.
at number 1. We still don't have number 1. We
Mm,
have
do-
number 2 and 3.
St.
Yeah.
Augustine.
no.
Um,
Big cities.
you know where I want to go? I want to go to somewhere in Vermont.
Yeah.
Vermont? Nothing in Vermont in the top 10.
That's
West
just
Virginia?
Me. I want to go to Vermont with me and Fat Vito from The Sopranos.
Oh, Johnny Cakes.
Johnny Cakes.
Number 10 is Atlanta, Georgia. Number 9,
Who wants to
Charleston.
move to Atlanta to retire?
Well, you're not moving to the city necessarily.
I mean,
You can
Atlanta's
live outside
beautiful.
outside of the city.
It is beautiful.
No,
I
it's,
think-
it's a dump.
dude.
The last couple
not-
times I've gone through Georgia, it's a dump.
But it's like Galvin saying, you're thinking of like the city.
Yeah.
Like where Cox's place was in Atlanta is so like those. They're just
Suburb.
beautiful
Maybe if you're
houses.
downtown,
Yeah, downtown.
No, but if you're
gross.
living like a half hour out of the city or 45 minutes or whatever, it's
dump.
really nice.
yeah,
I mean, there's
Really?
a
it's
lot
like
of-
Chicago.
I just stayed there like spring break. We were like 40 minutes outside, and it was just
You went
garbage
the wrong way.
everywhere.
Yeah, you went the wrong way.
Georgia,
Other
the state
side
of
of the
Georgia
tracks.
sucks.
Wow.
It's a dump.
well, you won't have to deal with Geo if you move to Atlanta, Georgia. Number 9, Charleston, South Carolina. Number 8, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Worst city I've ever been to in my life.
Mm.
Cincinnati was the most boring, clean, but most boring, no place I'd want to be city ever, and it's just basically the other side of the river from Kentucky.
Number 7, Denver, Colorado.
I
Too
can see
cold.
that.
Colorado seems nice,
I wouldn't
yeah.
want to retire anywhere cold.
Number 6, Casper, Wyoming. Now we're getting into Florida. Number 5, Miami.
No.
Number 4, Orlando.
Miami's good to retire if you have $10 million
Yeah,
in the
and you
bank.
don't have
Yeah.
to drive anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Orlando. I mean,
Activities.
Orlando's outside of Disney. Orlando's is very residential.
Number 3, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah.
Number
Hometown.
2 is Scottsdale, Arizona. And number 1, best place, this is according to WalletHub.com, best place to retire. Number 1.
Wallet Hub. So this is all about money.
Yeah, well, affordability,
yeah.
activities, quality of life, healthcare. Number 1 in Florida. Any
It is in
guesses?
Florida?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. In Florida, we already said Miami, Florida.
Do we say St. Pete?
Yeah, we
St.
did.
Pete is number 12.
Clearwater.
No.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
Right?
I'm going to say Dunedin.
Ooh.
Lutz?
Galvin, where's
Tampa! Florida.
Come on.
Tampa, Florida. Number 1.
Hey, we're
disagree.
closed. We're closed.
Yeah.
No more.
So on the score for affordability, it gets a 40. Activities, it gets a 5. Quality of life, 26. Healthcare, 79.
Gets a 5 for activities?
Yeah. Well, let's see. Scottsdale has a 20.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale has a 6. Miami has a 3. Casper, Wyoming has a 70 for activities.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
there's a lot of outside
Hell
activities.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful out there in Wyoming.
A lot of room for activities. So, yeah, number 1, Tampa, Florida.
Hell yeah.
Stay away.
Stay out.
Stay
We're closed.
away.
Yeah.
Stay
Snowbirds.
away.
Full. Sorry, we're full.
Told you.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is it for news.
Thank you, Galvin,
Got it?
for your educational and entertaining news for today. Hopefully, we got a winner from Tampa. We got another shot at winning the bone bonus coming up at 10, noon, and 2. I don't know, 10, noon, and 2. And then what?
10, noon, 2,
5.
and 5.
Yeah, I knew I was forgetting one. What else? That's it, I guess. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We still have another hour. All right, let's take a break. We'll get some commercials out of the way. We'll come back and we'll give some stuff away. I know we got tickets to see Eric Church. Maybe we could play a little bit of Redneck Bingo next. Everybody down with that?
Oh, yeah.
And Galvin has a brand new open letter. And Ian Beckles is coming by. All right, a lot of stuff. Let's do open letter and Redneck Bingo next. Ian will be here in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
It's the
No, it's not. 8:41 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Damn this thing. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Spanish.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I've been better.
Yeah. Allergies now?
No, I just don't like looking at your face.
Right?
Bugs me a little bit.
Maybe you're allergic to his face.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
I'm just kidding. I was stalling because I'm trying to find my information here that I don't seem to have.
We couldn't tell.
Yeah. I don't have my information for Shark Coast Tactical. Can you find out what that is
Yes,
for
I
me?
will.
And
Yes,
let me
I
know?
will.
Oh, no, wait. I do have it. I do have it right here. What is this weekend? Today's the 6th, so that means this weekend is the 9th, and that means that Hollow Sun and IWI Day is Saturday, September 9th at Shark Coast Tactical. The crew from Hollow Sun, which is the best optic manufacturer in the world, will be at the shop. They'll walk you through everything. Optics, red dots, lights. Hollow Sun is the leader in red dot and open reflex optics at a price that won't leave you stranded for ammo money. That's it. You don't want to spend all your money on the optic and then be like, well, no, I don't have any bullets. Plus, Hollow Sun solar fail-safe feature allows your red dot to stay powered even when your battery fails. And Israel Weapons Industries, IWI, will be on site. IWI is the maker of the famous Tabor 7, the next evolutionary step in the Tabor bullet family. And this is something that you have to actually come in there and see. It's amazing. You go to Shark Coast on Saturday, September 9th, and they'll be there. And, of course, as usual, when they do these big days, they have tons of prizes, killer giveaways, special offers. The minute you walk in the door, somebody comes up to you and tries to give you a raffle ticket so that they can give some stuff away, and they raffle off some really great stuff while you're out there. The shop's open, slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, and open online 24/7. You can find all the information at sharkcoasttactical.com, and you can, of course, go by and see them on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Check them out on Saturday for Hollow Sun and IWI Day. They'll be there on the 9th, this Saturday at Shark Coast Tactical. Did you fire your gun yet?
Not yet.
I'm
very excited. I have a date with my brother. We're going to go blast some rounds, do some desk pops.
The last person in the world I'd want to be with is your
I wish you would shoot with me because I really enjoy shooting.
With you, I would do. I said your brother. I would go with you.
I would love to go with you. Last couple times we went, I had a blast.
I only have one shooting buddy, and that is Dino.
Really?
He's the only one that takes it seriously and is not going out there and be like, yo, can we rent a M16? Like, Dino goes out there, we do our thing. Hey, try this one, you try this one, then we're done. Like two men.
Yeah, like 2 minutes. Yeah, I like that. I'd like to take it serious. I like to. I love shooting handguns more than rifles or shotguns.
Me too.
But I need to shoot my shotgun. I need to shoot this handgun, and I want to shoot my rifle.
So you do. I took my shotgun to the range because you do want to get a feel for it. You don't want to just be like, oh, I'll protect everything with this, and then have never fired it before.
Yeah.
Like some, just saying, it's coming up on your anniversary.
Yeah, we should all go shooting, Galvin. Joe has his gun he's never fired.
Yeah, I'll definitely go with you and Joe. That sounds like a terrible idea.
There are some people at work that have asked me to go, and I'm like,
oh yeah, no.
Like any of our engineers, I'd go with.
Yo, definitely.
Those guys, they're just preparing for the end.
Yeah, they are.
I have to tell you, I don't want anybody there when I'm there.
Really?
Well, sometimes that's very therapeutic too. You just there and go at your own pace and do your own thing.
Right, but I'm just saying it just like I get it, and most people that are going to gun ranges are very safe, and they're just trying to keep up the practice with their gun. But there's still a chance that one of them's having a bad day, and that makes me nervous.
But you know what, Carmen?
If
you go to a reputable gun range, if you go to Shooter's World, they have range masters in there with you, and I mean they have people watching at all times, and to make sure not only that somebody doesn't go crazy, but also that somebody doesn't turn with a fully loaded gun and turn towards the person next to them.
I mean, you could also have a blowout on your way home and crash and die. Same odds as getting shot at a shooting range.
Like I said, I get it, and I know it's not a very realistic fear I have.
No, it's realistic.
It's just one of those things like you got to think about it.
If I was a guy that went on Tucker Carlson's show and said that I did crack and bang Barack Obama, I wouldn't go around anybody with guns for a little while.
Nope.
That guy's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
I did use that too. I used a suppressor.
How is that?
It's interesting. It suppresses, but
is
it's
it like
not,
the video games?
No,
It's like,
no. So Marcello told me if you shoot a .22 handgun with the subsonic bullets and a suppressor on it, then you'll get, you know.
Really?
Yeah, but the one that I got from Shark Coast, it's good because it's instead of going bang, it goes ka-tung, ka-tung, you know. It's
That's
pretty
pretty cool. Yeah.
But also it keeps it a little bit.
It does keep
yeah,
it. All right. No recoil is nice.
I want
was
just
fun.
like the movies.
I know, so do I.
What do
yeah.
you? Yeah, like if I
James Bond.
if I had an AR with a silencer and a little, oh, that'd be great.
They had the John Wick gun
Yeah.
at Sharko's. It was pretty cool
But
to hold.
the problem is that when you have that and you're only, you feel like it's fake.
I know.
So you're like, I'm gonna shoot Spanish in the leg, you know.
You got to find out with the John Wick one that I sent you, the shotgun that shoots fire.
Oh
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's
That
pretty
was
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
All right, we got some stuff to give away, Carmen. Don't we have Jelly Roll tickets?
Yes,
And we
do.
have Eric Church tickets.
Yes, we
All
do.
right. Well, we're going to do a brand new open letter from Galvin first, and then we're going to play a little bit of Red Neck Bingo. But first, a new open letter from Galvin.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to social media influencers. Dear social media influencers, seriously? So let me start by saying that if you're making good money by posting stuff on social media, good for you. That's awesome. Now that we've got those 4 people out of the way, let me talk to the rest of you. Stop it. It's sad and your friends and family don't want to tell you, but I will. You're embarrassing yourself and everyone that's associated with you. Also, before you ask, no, I don't want to do a collab with you. Real quick, so you're telling me you're a social influencer? Cool. If you have less than 600,000 followers, okay, let me ask you again. Are you a social influencer? No, you're not. People that pay for the blue check mark that have 83 followers, what's going on in your life? That's not impressing anyone. When I see a blue check mark and then I see you have 83 followers, it doesn't make me think, oh, they must be famous. It makes me think you're sad and desperate. Please, for the love of God, stop with your stupid pranks. They're not funny. And I don't mean that like I'm an old man. Oh, they're not funny. I mean they're not funny and nobody's laughing at them because they're just dumb. Also, pretty sure 100% of them are fake. I hope every prankster on social media dies from whatever prank you're doing. If you seriously want to be a social influencer, here's a question for you. How old are you? You know what? Let me stop you before you even answer. No matter what you were about to say, if the answer was over 26, stop it. No one wants to see you trying so hard, being thirsty, doing your reels. No one wants to see your old ass trying to be cute. It's gross, it's desperate, and it's embarrassing. Now show your butthole and put the camera down. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to social media influencers.
So I partly agree with that. I agree, right? I do believe that older people can be influencers too, but my question is, when do you start, like, people call themselves an influencer way too early.
Way too
You're not
early.
influencing anything.
Yeah.
So what is the criteria? Am I an influencer?
Yeah.
Am I an
You don't really
influencer?
sell anything.
Right, but I'm
Yeah.
influencing
But-
you more on this show than I am on social media.
Yeah, but you are still selling something. You're selling the show on your social media. So in that way,
But I'm not. Well, what I'm thinking is, like, you're not going to see me with a sweater and be like, check out this sweater,
Right.
get it at my link. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I don't think the kids would consider you an influencer.
yeah, I think
No,
you're right,
I don't
Carmen.
think so either, Carmen. I'm with you. Do you have to have a certain amount of followers before they, like, what is the criteria?
I think you have to have a certain amount of followers. I think you have to make a certain amount of money, because if you're a social influencer but you're still working at the bank, guess what? You're not a social media influencer.
Well, you could
You're
be
a
just
person
one
that-
that's not making money off, like not a good money maker.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then you're not.
But you're still influencing.
Are you?
Yeah.
How many
if
people do you have to
100
influence?
If you have 500,000 followers on your thing, you're definitely influencing those people by
And-
putting up your stuff.
A lot of influencers do make money in like a lot of different ways, because some of them have the Amazon where they get a percentage if you buy something
Yeah.
through their link. Some of them get paid to make a video. Some of them do this. Some of them get paid to do all of the above, and some of them even have their own clothing line. That
Well,
they
how many
sell.
followers do you have on Instagram?
Me?
Yeah.
Over 30,000.
See, I would say Carmen way more of an influencer than I am, because she's doing stuff every day specifically for like you're doing the workouts, you're doing things specifically, you do trends and stuff for your account, whereas I'm just recalling things from the show. You know what I mean? So I think that is a big difference there.
I don't know. I think an influencer, that's your job. That's your entire job. That's what you do, and you're making money off of it. Then you're an influencer.
But
you know
there's
what I mean?
a very
Otherwise,
low percentage.
yeah, but it's like me saying, that I'm a pro whenever I go out and shoot basketball in my front yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not. You stop it.
According to BetterTeam.com, and they have a list of social media influencer requirements. The first one being high school diploma, which I disagree with. Demonstratable experience as far-reaching social media influencer. So it's all kind of like talking in circles.
It's also like whenever people are like marketing experts, and then they drive around with a magnet on the side of their car that says whatever. You're like, you're terrible. You're the worst.
Says here the power to affect the purchasing decisions of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with the audience.
So then I would say you are an influencer, Mike, under those circumstances.
If you have an audience.
Criteria.
Okay, so I agree with that, but I don't maybe to use my powers is what I'm saying. Like I would never, if you said to me, what do you do? I'd say I'm a radio host, and I would never be like I'm a social influencer.
Yeah, you're also not trying to make that your main source of income, and you're not trying to do that. You know what I mean?
I know that my social media presence is built on what we started here. Now, whether or not I was able to grow it because of how I handle it and all that stuff is a different story, but it's basically because this is where I influence on the radio, not on social media. So, but Carmen, I think, is a different story. I think people follow Carmen for different reasons than they follow me. They're not following me during the day to hear about the show. They're checking up to see what happened. But Carmen, they want to see her do handstands and her out doing stuff with her
that's entertaining. I don't know that again is not like, I don't know. I think if you're trying to be a social influencer, that is how you're trying to make your income. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you're trying to make money off of doing it. And I don't think Carmen's really doing that. Yeah, she'll get some money for reels or whatever if they get a certain point. But Carmen's not out there every day putting stuff together to try and make money. She's just like, hey, check me out doing handstands.
I know people that are. I know adults that are doing their own photo shoots and trying to just create something out of nothing, and it is sad. It's sad to see like
it's a lot of OnlyFans.
Yeah, dude.
Not even OnlyFans, Carmen. I'm talking about adults. It's really, I got to be honest, it's mostly adult women because adult guys don't normally care, but adult women who are like, I'm working mom, or I'm workout after 50, or like those sort of things. That I don't understand why they think that. That's such a niche group that they're targeting. I don't understand.
But there is that group out there looking for someone. And I can tell you, me as a 32-year-old, I don't want to watch a 20-year-old. Oh, thanks. I don't want to watch a 20-year-old do workouts because that's not for me.
But it's a niche audience. You're looking for somebody like you. But like there's those two girls that are moms of Tampa. That's different. They're two young mothers, and there's a lot of other young mothers out here. And I think those young mothers look to someone like them for a couple of reasons. One, they're going to be like, am I normal? Am I doing things the right way? Because young mothers sometimes screw a lot of things up, and for a minute they're like, I'm a bad mother. And then they see these other people, and they're like, all right, we're all bad mothers. It's all good. So,
but their big thing is that they were married to the same person.
Yeah, that's
really?
Yeah, like they're best friends, but it was after the one got divorced and then married, and then they decided to be more of a blended family.
Aren't they also both hot?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's also another requirement.
Yeah.
You get an ugly person on there is not going to get as much as a.
I think a large portion are probably like creepy dudes that are watching them, like the mothers.
So I watched those two, and I think their story, the fact that they were married to the same guy and all that stuff is very interesting. But I also have
kids. But if they were two pigs, you wouldn't be watching them.
No, 100%. 100%. Ian, grab them. Ian Beckles is here with us. Ian is somebody who also reaches, in addition to your fame as a football player and a radio host or whatever, you have a group that you target through your dignitary folks. You have a marijuana group that you cater to, and I think that's different.
I think influencer is a word like foodie. It doesn't matter.
You just say you're a foodie.
You're an influencer whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's what you do with it, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So somebody could have 500 people and say, I'm an influencer. That's what you're trying to do.
Right.
There's also people that have podcasts. 5 people are listening.
I know.
So, like when somebody says I'm a foodie, I look at them. I go, I love food, but I don't want to say I'm a foodie anymore because I know you don't love food like me. So influencer is such a wide, broad category.
Yeah.
You're an influencer whether you know it or not.
But you're right. The food people bug me. I wanted to be like, listen, I've been eating monkey bread from Datch way before you found it.
Facts.
And now all of a sudden, and skinny foodies mean nothing to me.
I'm around influencers a lot.
Yeah.
Like I have actually been invited to influencer outings. Like
Conferences and stuff. Yeah.
Influencers at a restaurant influencing, okay?
Right.
So I look around and there's some normal people and there's the skinny ones you talk about. They don't really eat the food.
No.
They move it. They move it and they take pictures of it.
Right.
They gloss it up. But you got to eat it. Like if I tell you there's a wicked burger there or that sandwich is wicked, wouldn't you listen to me
100%.
other than that 102 pound
100%.
girl?
But listen, you guys are also forgetting the ASMR people who just eat and then all they do is slurp.
I mean, that's a different. You're talking a different.
I think
crowd
you have
there.
a mental disorder.
Yeah.
But those are a lot of food influencers, a lot of foodies or whatever do the ASMR.
But I also think here's a big thing about it is social influencers. I think a lot of people think that's an easy way to make money. And then if you get into it, you realize it's a lot of work. Like if you are successful at it and you're making a lot of money and that's your only job, it's because that is the only thing you're doing. There's a lot of lazy people that are like, oh, I'll be an influencer. And then they wind up having 300 followers and they're making, $15 every month. And they're like, oh, this is a lot harder. And I thought, yeah, because you're lazy and you're not putting your whole effort into it.
My wife is a therapist and she does therapy where, like, you know how they have hoarders?
Sure.
And then when they have hoarders, they bring a therapist in. She can do that. Like, she's qualified to do that. And she has her own business where she does that kind of stuff. And I am trying to convince her that she is missing out on not doing this online because, Carmen called it before. Dr. Pimple Popper is not the first dermatologist. She's the first hot dermatologist to do it on the internet.
Yes.
Hot people get that kind of attention. And I told Amanda, I go, Amanda has a lot of good clients that she's done a lot of good work for. But the thing is that if she starts making good videos and is good looking, it's going to catch more attention and it's going to start going.
Gina Carano wasn't the best fighter, but she was the best hot fighter, female fighter. Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it. Podcasting, you really have to grow your podcast because Bobby and I have done the podcast for over a year and we just never cared. We did it more for each other than we did it for growing it out. But if you're somebody who plans on making money off of it and plans on doing all these things, you have a lot of work that has to go into it. When my son and his friends came to me a couple of years and were like, we want to do a podcast, we want to talk about sports. They don't know anything about sports. And also, who wants to listen to a bunch of high school sophomores talk about sports outside of their 8 friends that they have? It's a huge waste of time. Now, I'm not going to say don't do it, but you no matter how smart you think you are, I got to tell you, I was in a restaurant yesterday, a breakfast spot, like for lunch. I mean, for breakfast with my wife. And there was a loudmouth guy in the booth next to me, and he was selling advertising to this woman on a website where, I don't know, it's like one of those neighborhood websites. I'm not knocking anything that they were doing on the fact that he was loud. But he kept saying to her, but when you buy this package and it's this much a month, you get these 5 digital magazines, you get this one that sends you house, and you get the podcast. And she's like, well, what is the podcast? He goes, well, that's what we bring in and we focus on. Well, today we're featuring Ann's Donuts and blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to get up and go, Ann, you're wasting all of your money.
Absolutely.
I stayed out of it 100%, but I want to be like, nobody is going to listen to this.
You might as well scream out your window.
You should have helped her.
No. I don't know that she was even but look, the guy's running a legitimate business. I'm not saying it's not going to be worth it, but when you tell somebody, I'm going to put you on my podcast, and your podcast doesn't have at least 10,000 downloads, you're losing out.
This would happen to me once. I was doing business with Square One Burger. I think they're gone now.
Yeah, I know they are.
Joni and those great people.
They had a spot on Dale Mabry.
Yeah. They had a bunch of them. I think they got too big too fast. Yeah. And I walked in there once, and I sat down, and the lady beside me was clearly a salesperson. And this was when I was in Limbo Radio.
Right.
So one cross-eyed cuckold asked me to be on the show. So I was in limbo. So as somebody in limbo, it's just good business to do that.
Yes.
Just to be heard.
Yes.
This is before I knew of the shenanigans in tomfoolery.
Yeah.
So I was on the show maybe 2 Wednesdays. So I walk into Square One, sales girl, I'm listening and I'm hearing blah, blah, blah. And Joni goes, oh, Ian, they're selling you here. I go, what do you mean selling me? She goes, they're selling you. I go, whoa, how can they sell me? Nobody can sell me.
Right.
She gives me a sheet.
Like a one sheet?
2 sheets had their logo on the front, my picture inside with their logo and his logo. And I looked at the lady, I go, who gave you permission to do this?
Right.
Oh, my boss. And I go, give me your boss's number. Then I called him up and I go, if you don't stop this immediately, my people are going to call you. Wow. He was selling me.
Your appearance. That's crazy.
Bro.
Well, listen,
Bro.
That's pretty scummy.
You think? Is it par, though?
I remember you and I talked about doing possibly doing a TV thing, like a video of doing a food restaurant. But the problem was that you would be honest about the food and all that, but I want to, if it's terrible, I want to crap on the restaurant. You were like, you cannot do that. But at the time, we talked about it.
Well, I would say this. I wouldn't crap on them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if there's a guy crapping is not a bad thing.
I know. But also, you can't, like, when you give me advice about something, if I say, what do you know of this restaurant? And you say, good, I know it's good. I always want to, like when I always say on the show, I use all the products I endorse. If I don't, I can't tell you. It
won't work.
It won't work. Zero. I just talked to Spanish this morning about Zero Res coming out here to do my tile in my house. Superheat and Air put my air in. Walsh put my roof on. I have 1,000 guns from Shark Coast. Like everything I do, and Stingray Chevrolet and I have been partners for years.
Easier to sell,
but it also comes from the truth. If there have been, if you might have noticed over the past, there have been some endorsements that I do, and then they go on for a month, and then you don't hear it anymore.
You don't believe in them.
I don't believe in them, and I can't put my name behind something, then try to tell my listeners to do it. So anyway, if I do a food review on something, and I tell you to go there, it's going to be good. But I got to tell you when it's bad, and I will tell you, like I'm telling you, I've had some really good. How about this? When's the last time you went to Fleming's?
I usually go to Fleming's once a month.
Oh, okay.
That's the only restaurant I really go to on a consistent basis. Like, I heard you talking about steaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Fleming's is in my neighborhood. But to me, everything together, Fleming's is number one.
Number one. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about steak, atmosphere, ambiance, like service. Number one.
Yeah.
Council Oak's pretty close.
You know what the problem with Council Oak?
It's in the casino.
I love Council Oak.
It's in the casino.
But it's out of mind sometimes. Because it's in the casino.
Correct.
I forget about it. Like, I haven't been there in a while.
So good.
And everybody's like, well, I don't know. Is it not that good? Well, no, it's great. I've never had a bad meal at Council Oak.
By the way,
never had
anything
bad
being in a
service.
casino is a plus for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
That's the truth. But sometimes they just forget that it's there because they don't advertise. Like, they're not reminding you, hey, we got bacon over here for an appetizer.
You know who does not need to advertise?
Who? The casino, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, one year, once again, when I was in Limbo, I went to the casino when John Fontana was there. I said, let me be your brand ambassador.
Yeah.
So they basically paid me to bring people to Council Oak and feed them. And this is what they say, don't tip. And so if I say, I'm bringing Mike Calta, we're just going to post.
Right.
So if I say, hey, you want to go to Council Oak? I never had anybody say no. No, I'm not. Titus, I'm surprised they didn't ask you. I might have asked you.
I don't know. No, I would have went.
Yeah,
I would have went.
It wasn't a long stint.
But I same thing with Council. I loved going there. I took my son and I would go to concerts at the amphitheater, and we go over there and eat afterwards, and we bail out early and go eat at Council. No. It's a great place.
Fleming's is my number one. It's not close.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I love Ocean Prime. I love Eddie V's.
Fantastic.
They were all great. The thing about Fleming's for me is Fleming's took a dip at one point. And Pete and I used to go to the Bucks games in the press box, and we'd leave at halftime and go over and watch the rest of the game at Fleming's. That's just how it used to be. We used to go there all the time.
Sure.
And then for some reason, I took a little. This is years and years ago. And then the Jorge Diaz era came in, and it is back up being one of the top spots in Tampa Bay. You know what else is a secret spot? Because you don't think about this because it's at the mall, but Capitol Grill.
Oh, fantastic.
Capitol Grill makes great food.
Hamburger at Capitol Grill, top notch.
Yeah, 100%.
Top notch.
Can
I give you something else top notch?
Yeah.
The crab cake at Frankie. Oh. That's one of the best crab cake. I mean, I don't blow up stuff. Unbelievable.
I mean,
unbelievable.
Honestly, I would have ate it off of Joe's chest.
Dude.
It was so good. I ate it and then ordered another one immediately. Ooh, it is
so good.
Unbelievable.
The sauce, and I don't even know what he did.
So Frankie makes I guess a Baltimore crab cake is a little bit different than like most of the time they get a crab cake and mix it up, you fry it up, and it's good. This thing was a production.
It barely looks fried.
Oh my god!
It just was.
Well, Baltimore's known for their crabs,
right? But so is Frankie's known for his crabs.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it was phenomenal.
So good.
We need to do that again.
Great food, lad. I'm
Who do you go to Fleming's with once a month?
If
like
I
you have a family thing, a friend thing?
Actually, when I brought my kids there last time, my buddy Heavy Lyrics and doing business, I bring him there. If you bring somebody to Fleming's, it's easy to close a deal.
Yeah.
It's easy to close a deal.
I went to Fleming's with the guys that were here last weekend. I went there with my family a couple days beforehand. I mean, it's a spot. By the way, we're talking about good food. We're not doing a spot for Fleming's or anything. We're just telling you, people constantly ask me on Twitter or in social media during the week, hey, it's my anniversary. Hey, I want this. And all you need to do is give me the city and the area that you want to go and what type of food.
There you go. I'm that guy too.
How about this? And you'll probably appreciate this. I don't know if you've been there, but Rooster and the Till.
I don't know if you can name a restaurant I haven't been to.
Okay. I might be true.
It'll be hard.
Have you had that recently?
Not recently, but I've been there about half dozen times.
Have you heard of Fazoli's?
Rooster and the Till is so good, and I have not had the same thing there twice, and then they will come over and say something to me that sounds disgusting. We're gonna bring you a grouper's face.
Do it.
And this is a salted caramel thing with Parmesan cheese, and you're like, I wouldn't eat Parmesan. I'm telling you, they've said things to me, and I go, that can't be good. Then you eat it, and you're like, this is the best goddamn
It wasn't
thing.
grouper cheeks, was it?
Yeah, it was grouper cheeks, but I like to think grouper face.
I've only found grouper cheeks one place in Panama City, and it looks like fried chicken.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
They have that Rooster and
I
Till?
think I have a picture of it.
I'm there
Right?
tomorrow.
Well, but they change their menu up all the time, so I don't know.
What's the chef's name?
I don't remember.
It's a very odd name, like one name, like Madonna or something.
Yes, Madonna's.
Yes,
chef.
that's it.
No, I don't remember. All those chefs run. Have you been to Ponte?
Not the new one. I've been to Cafe Ponte.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to the new one yet
I've been
either.
to the new one, no.
God damn, we got a lot of catching up to do.
Bro, let's eat.
Fatty's on a diet.
I'm on a funny diet. I fasted for 15 days.
You did? What did you eat?
I didn't.
Nothing. For 15 days.
Correct.
You know what happens on day 3? I murder people.
Water, tea, coffee, kava. That's it.
Wait, so how do you, what?
I don't.
Yeah. Do you poop?
Not often.
Right.
Not often.
And do you feel better now?
Afterwards, it's hard to explain.
That's 2 weeks in one day.
It's hard to explain how good you feel. It's hard to explain.
Like, all right, well, hard to explain because you can't put it into words.
You feel so darn good.
You feel so good after not eating for 15 days.
Correct.
I think you're crazy.
Because all the junk that they put in our food.
I am that. No, but thank you, Carmen. Because Carmen's the voice of reason here.
Yeah.
All the crap we put in our body, most of it is not good for us.
Okay.
So you're eliminating all that. When you stop eating, your body kind of starts healing itself. And it literally heals everything that's wrong with your body when you fast.
72 hours it takes here. The process is called autophagy.
That one there. And your testosterone boosts 1,200 times I think if you fast for 36 hours.
Is that was the problem? You couldn't get it up?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm 50.
Like it's not
That's
working
not
anymore.
The problem is it's too quick.
This is going to take 2 weeks.
So wait a second. So why didn't you just do 72 hours? 2 weeks is ridiculous.
I did do 72 hours, and it was
You're the
cool.
David Goggins of fasting.
I'm going to do 40.
40 days?
Yeah.
Come on, that's biblical.
Okay.
You're not going to get weak?
I wasn't weak at all.
Really?
No.
If I don't eat lunch today, by 3 o'clock, I want to kill somebody.
Yeah, mentally. It's a mental thing.
And once you get past a certain point, it becomes different where you're not
we're
thinking
just not
about it as
eating
much.
now.
Yeah.
We all understand if you go back, and this is not propaganda. They told us we should eat 3 squares because they want to make more money. That's
Right.
facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so all that stuff. You should eat eggs and bacon and toast, and that's not good for you in the morning. You know what's good for you in the morning? Black coffee. That's
See
good for you in
now,
the morning.
but can I just say something? This is my problem. I just read a thing the other day that the dangerous effects of coffee in the morning on an empty stomach. Now, I'm not saying that one's right or whatever, but it's just so much contradictory information. It's hard to tell what the truth is.
Well, the truth, do we know where to get the truth? Because I've heard 1,000 things about meat, coffee, everything.
Right.
Marijuana,
Right.
everything. Okay, so I've heard stuff way over there and way over there. If drinking coffee on an empty stomach kills you, I've been dead.
Yeah.
Okay, because I used to smash my head into people for a living.
Yeah.
So you know what I did to play? I would drink like 2 cafe con leches from Cafe Teresita, and I would pop like 8 Vibrants. 8
Vibrant.
And my eyes would be popping out of my. Okay, well, when I look across the field and John Randall is doing 8 motions during the anthem,
right?
You better be right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I better be in a funny state of mind. So if coffee on an empty stomach killed me, dude, let me go.
That's the thing. It's so funny as I read these things and I go, okay, so because every morning I get up and I don't eat in the morning and I have a coffee.
Okay.
And I'm fine. I mean, I kind of feel like I got a little rock gut sometimes. Like I always have a little bit of
Can I
heartburn
ask what's
somewhere.
in the coffee?
Yeah.
Just heavy cream.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
no
that's-
sweetener at all.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not. It's only a little bit. But the thing is, I use that one coffee. I drink it for 4 hours. I literally nurse it for the whole show. But I don't really eat until like I'm starting to make myself eat in the 7 o'clock hour, like a cottage cheese or something, you know. But I do have constant. I have that, like, you know, when you go to Kennedy's burial site, he's got that eternal flame. I got a little bit of heartburn in my heart at all times.
Okay.
And I'm positive it's from the coffee.
And if you fasted, that would be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fasting means no coffee.
Just black coffee.
So there you go. You figured it out.
Listen to me. If Barack Obama met me in a bar and wanted to drink coffee with me, I'd drink coffee with him because I'm addicted
Also,
to
I would
coffee.
have to imagine, I've never done 15 days, whatever, but I would have to imagine, do you have any inflammation? Which I would imagine that disappears.
That goes away.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Almost everything disappears. There's people that had stuff for their whole life and fast and it goes away.
Really?
Immediately. Correct.
They say fasting basically puts your body in a state where it attacks all the bad stuff and it gets it out of you.
Almost
But if
like
you're-
stem cell.
Can we all fast together?
I've done the 72 hours before. It's not that
You're a
bad.
jerk.
It would be like the It'd be like the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
I'm out.
What if we started on a Wednesday morning and we went all the way through Friday?
I would totally do it.
I would do it.
Yeah,
I've
I'll
done
do
it.
it.
I've done
I'll
it whenever
do
I
it
was
too.
younger, you know. But I would do it.
It would be funny.
Not this Wednesday.
Not today.
All right, no, not today. I'm not mentally prepared for
I'm
this.
just letting you know I have an iron will. I will go longer than anyone.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Well,
you will.
can I just tell you something? I promise I will not cheat. Like I promise,
Okay,
it doesn't make sense to do it to me if I
Well,
cheat.
you
I'd
can't
rather
promise
lose.
you won't cheat. I'm going to say you promise you won't lie that you cheated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yo,
Okay, you can't
better,
promise you
yeah.
won't cheat. I can promise that all day.
If I cheated, I will be totally honest.
I mean,
yeah.
do we want to put money on this to see who can go the longest?
No, because I think we'll
I'll
all
do it right now with anybody. Let's go.
But I think we'll all be able to do it. You know what I'm
And can
saying?
we start on a Tuesday? That way we could go out to eat on a Friday.
Okay.
Why
I'm
You know
not-
what I mean?
Now,
Because
before we go crazy, you can't come out of a fast eating a ribeye.
No.
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 Bad.
Get
That's
sick.
people.
No.
People have actually died doing that.
What about a Big Mac?
No, we all get that one really
Bye,
hot chip.
Gio.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at the calendar really. All right. So we could do it next Tuesday, Wednesday, so the 12th to the 15th.
Why are we not starting on a Monday?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can.
I mean, you're coming on the weekend. You might as well just start on a Monday.
Okay.
Why are we doing this during football season?
So well,
Gio.
I was saying Wednesday because Ian comes in on Wednesday. So, but
Actually,
we can.
next week I'd like to come in on Monday. If that's
Okay.
possible.
All right, that's fine.
We had 9 other months we could have done this.
All right, but listen to this. So football starts this weekend, and then Monday we start the fast, and we go through Friday.
What about Monday Night
Right?
Football?
Or what do we
Yeah,
do?
we got
Oh,
Thursday
yeah,
night
that's
games.
Yeah, I'm going to be in New York
We got
this weekend.
Monday,
I can't be
Thursday.
responsible.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in New York. There's no way.
No way. No, there's
No
no
way.
way.
But if I listen, I try to eat well. If I go to New York, I'm going to get me some slices. I'm going to get me some
Sbarros.
I don't care about the pizza. I do, but I can live without it. If I don't pay attention to it, I'm fine. What's going to get me is hot dogs. I want a Sabrett hot dog and a dirty hot dog from one of those crazy
Dirty water dog.
Probably a terrorist.
You've been to Montreal?
I have, yes.
I'm going to say this. Hot dogs, pizza, better in Montreal. Bagels, too.
Better in Montreal?
Better. Bagels, too.
I don't know. I don't think I've eaten anything
Well,
there.
the thing is, New York is great because of the
Water.
Yeah.
Montreal's higher. You drink water out of the tap, and it's like the best thing in the world. The bagels there are just a little denser, and the pizza, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a pizza snob. Like, I like a crispy crust when you bend that pizza. I like it to be a little, and that's the only thing I really care about. I've not had a lot of pizza where I mean, I could look at a pizza and tell you this is going to be awful. But I ate at Mellow Mushroom the other day.
Yeah,
that is not a pizza like a New York pizza, but that's a good ass pizza.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta know.
You ever had Palazzo's?
That sounds familiar.
Excellent.
But do you remember there was a place called Pacini's that used to be on Gandy and Pachi's. It was Pachi's Pizza. It was on Gandy in South Tampa. And when I was at 98 Rock for those couple of months, and then they moved, and I don't know where they are, but that was the best pizza I ever had until I found Three Brothers. So, all right, I got to take a break. Let me take a break. Ian Beckles is here with us. He's got a show on this radio station, if you didn't know it. We're going to talk about that when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening. Bone.
9:33 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Ian Beckles is in the studio with us. We were talking about influencers earlier. Galvin did an open letter. Do any of you know who the Sterniolo triplets are?
Sterniolo
triplets.
Not that I'm aware of.
Sterniola.
Do you, Gio?
I bet they're
No.
hot.
I don't.
Nobody's ever even heard of them.
No.
Okay, that is my daughter's favorite thing. And
no, are they kids?
Yeah. What do you think it was?
Well, no,
girl?
you said Sterniolo triplets. I'm like, are they hot?
Oh, no, they're three boys.
Oh.
And they're coming to the Ritz Theater in Ybor City in October. And I went to just go to buy tickets. How much is a ticket to see the Sterniolo triplets? And by the way, I don't think that they have an act. I think that they just, I like on their vlog or whatever they do, they just do funny stuff with kids.
Where are they playing?
The Ritz Theater in Ybor City.
Cheapest ticket is $55.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm gonna say cheapest ticket $100.
Nah, they're too rich. They can't charge. What?
$100.
I think you can get a $40 ticket.
You're like
$120.
$150.
$189.
Jesus.
And I don't know that that's the cheapest one, but that is what I saw when I looked. And they have a backstage meet and greet thing that I'm sure is way more money. And I went to go click on it because this is my daughter and she gets whatever she wants. The backstage experience pass sold out. The VIP gold package. Let me see if there's
three
any
dudes.
of those. 3 kids.
Yeah,
Let's not
triplets,
make it like my daughter's chasing dudes around. It's unbelievable that we were talking about it earlier about how things we don't, influencers and things we don't understand and we don't know, and these guys are worth, the guys are charging $200 a ticket to kids.
It's just, you almost got to get lucky.
Oh,
Like, how many people are going to try this and not succeed? Like, what made them succeed? I mean, they're kind of odd looking and kind of.
yeah, like it's not like you're just watching a boy
You know what I
band
mean?
where they're just good looking, but they work their ass off. You know what I mean? They put content
There's
up. They're
something
constantly
something
doing
behind
yeah.
it. Somebody's got to find
I would say, I wish I could tap into
that thing. What's that thing?
Hey, this doesn't seem like this is very good. There's a band on October 25th called Little Darky that is playing Little Darky and the Collapse of Modern Society, and they have some pretty interesting album art. I don't understand how that works.
Little Darky.
The other thing is, I keep up. Ralphie Mays said to me, "Man, for a guy on a classic rock station, you sure do listen to a lot of crappy pop music." I love pop music. I listen to it all the time. But then,
Give me an example.
oh, like I'll listen to Taylor Swift, and I'll listen to like the Jonas Brothers have a new album out, and I'll just listen. I'm not putting it on my Spotify, but I'll listen to a channel that has all the hits. Anyway. My thing is, though, with all of that and all the other music I've had my whole life that I listen to now, how there are all these bands and stuff selling. Like when my son says to me, "Hey, can I get tickets to go see BLP Kosher?" Do you know who that is?
Well, I've never
That's a little white Jewish kid who raps, and he is selling out Janice. I mean, I've never even heard of the guy. Like, where are they hearing this? There's no MTV anymore.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying now it's not really about talent. It's
But this
the way
kid's
you
pretty talented.
Okay, but it's the way you market yourself.
Sure.
Okay, but the only way kids see things and that we won't see because we're not looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking like what are the odds you come in across a young Jewish rapper? Like what were you looking for?
No, the Modest Yahoo is the only other one I know.
Yeah, but he's 50.
Yeah, I know now. Yeah,
You know?
I saw a meme the other day that hit home so hard. I can't remember what it was, but it said, "I remember when I held you in my arms and you were my little buddy and my little son, and I'm so proud of you. And now you just turn into a guy in a hoodie who calls me bruh. And I thought, that's exactly what my life has become. Hey, bruh. What's up, bruh? Anyway.
By the way, those triplets, they say their estimated earning is about $40,000 per month. So they're on their way up.
That's
but
just from
5 million subscribers on YouTube.
5 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're making pretty decent money. They make about $10,000 a week.
I'll
a
take
little
it.
over $10,000 a week.
No,
yeah.
for being a kid.
Yeah, right?
Sure.
Hey,
To go around
20 years old.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, that's still, that's pretty good. They
How
don't,
old
they're not
Are
roofing
all
out.
of them 20?
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
Get
do
it?
you
They're
think of the
triplets.
tale that they're slaying? Just think about that for a second. Dude, triplets, there's girls these days.
Oh,
Let me tell you something
yeah.
about girls. They don't care.
No.
They're going to want to be with all three of those cats. I mean,
Yeah.
you were talking earlier about integrity.
Collect them all.
Women in integrity. Now, I'm not talking the young women.
the ones you marry.
Don't care. 'Cause
Yeah.
I listen to the show every day, okay?
Yeah.
I know I've heard you say that you were your wife's first and only, right? I was my wife's first and only, all right? That ain't going to happen no more.
Yeah.
That integrity's gone.
Full disclosure. I wasn't the first. I was like the fourth, but yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that-
Gio was his wife.
Okay, somebody said it.
Yeah.
That ain't going to happen again. It's not going to happen anymore. You're just not going to find it.
No, and I don't know. I've never been one to really care about that stuff. I'd marry if a woman was like, I have to tell you something. I used to be a hooker. I'd be like, I don't care. We're good
Yes,
out now.
you would.
Listen, if I'm in love with her already and all of a sudden
I don't think you're going to fall in love with a woman that slept with everybody in the building.
Yeah, but some people no, you're right. Not
Right?
everybody in the building.
Well,
I
I
meant
mean-
like if she's like Julia Roberts used to be a hooker, and I met her one time and I was like, I like you for hooker.
Well, we had a young lady that I'm not gonna bring up her name, but she was pretty promiscuous in Yucatan liquor stand. But she was very
Do
pretty.
I know her?
You might. I
Yeah.
mean, it's possible. And then some of the new players would come in and see her, and she was a little older.
Right.
She had little fake thingies and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Man, you gotta see my new girlfriend." I'm like, "Yeah, let me walk over." And then I go, "Before you tell anybody else that's your girlfriend."
Yeah,
She put the liquor in liquor stand.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a spot, man.
That was the
Joe,
spot.
you know.
Oh, I do.
You know.
Fish in a
I
barrel.
do.
Mhm.
They were raving there.
They were raving. I never
Yeah.
did SC, but I used to go there while they were raving, and it was wonderful.
NFL securities used to come in every year, and he was an older black guy, and he would go, "I better not see you in a Yucatan liquor stand." Because a lot of shenanigans and tomfoolery were going on there, but we were there every Monday.
Yeah.
Period.
That was the spot, man.
Yeah, it was.
All right, there was something else I had to talk to you about before we got into football and stuff. We saw the sad news today that Mike Williams
Yeah, man.
died, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiver. That is awful. Now, you knew him?
Mike Williams was in my building no more than 2 months ago. I want to say. It was-
Kava guy or just hanging out?
Yeah, he was hanging out. Back in the opium den, that you call it, hanging out with my boy Heavy, Heavy Lyrics, who just did my intro song.
Yep.
That was his best friend. Man.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry to
so
hear that.
I heard it progress or digress.
Yeah.
Because it was, Mike went through some tough times financially. A lot of football players do.
But,
Okay.
can you explain to
Yes.
me? Because we were looking at, and I don't know what we read isn't always true, but they say he had to be worth at least $30 million.
No, you
or had
gotta
to be
say he
paid.
made. Okay.
Where did all that? Did he get divorced? Do you know?
You can listen to the stories. He blew his money.
He blew his money.
Well, I mean, listen, I listened to the stories.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that.
Like on
Okay.
cars,
Houses,
women. Yeah.
You know what? Listen, on everything I love, I don't think I've ever spent $300 in a strip club.
No.
Never. I'm not going to a restaurant and spending $5,000. I don't want to do that.
The only way that I would spend hundreds of dollars in a strip club is if one night I went there and I said, "Here's my $800. I'm using this at the strip club."
Okay.
That's the only way. I never have been the product of, I can't believe I spent $800 at a strip club.
Every
ever.
Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and
You're in the strip
and you're in the
club,
strip
yeah.
club, brother, that money goes away. And the thing is, like, I was in a strip club with Broderick Thomas one time,
Yeah.
and we were at the Dollhouse, and I'm a novice. He walks in and he spreads out $10,000 on the table in 20s. So he goes, "Any girl want to dance? Dance." So you think any girl was anywhere else the rest of the night?
No.
Every girl was around our table. So, but he spent $10,000. I'm pretty sure he wants that now.
If you, is he? I mean,
He's struggling.
Yeah, but if I go in there with I've been hanging out with some guys who made big money in football, and then $10,000 is nothing.
Well, here's the problem: if you're making money with entrepreneurs, they're going to keep on making money.
Yeah.
That runs out.
Yeah.
Okay, because people think that football players are all dumb, and there are some dumb ones, no
Yeah,
doubt about
yeah.
it. If you tell a doctor at 27, stop being a doctor, he has to leave his neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you live in Culbreth Isles, you're not making any money. You got to go.
So I've never forget the one Dave Mann used to be the midday guy at the Power Pig.
Mm-hmm.
Real douche of a guy. But one time I had a drive with him when I was an intern, and he said, "Do you think you want to do this for a living?" I said, "I'd like to." And he said, "Let me give you the best advice you'll ever get." I said, "Okay." He goes, "You make 80 grand, live like you make 40. You make 40, you live like you make 20. You live like 100, make like you live 50." He's like, "It's the only way to survive in this business." And although I have lost a couple of jobs, I've always maintained to be in this circle and in this market. But I live every job like, no, we can't spend that money. We can't do this. We can't do that.
Run out.
That's why I make so many jokes about money and having 11 refrigerators and all that stuff. Because the truth is that I would never spend money on half of that stuff. Because you never know when that end is going to come.
By the way, more details coming out about Mike Williams. It says that he suffered a massive head injury a few days ago when a steel beam fell on him, causing complete paralysis in his right arm as well as his lower body from the waist down. Then his condition worsened in the ensuing days, and he wound up passing away. So
is he married?
They have a GoFundMe set up by his family. I don't know.
I'm not sure if he's married. But when I mean something going down quickly, like Heavy Lyrics goes, "Hey, Mike got hit in the head. I think he has a concussion." I'm like, all right. Then the next day he's like, "I'm not feeling well." Like he walked home. I'm not feeling well. Then, "Hey man, I think you got to go to the hospital." Then, oh my God, he's still in the hospital. And oh my God, he's getting paralysis, but from the waist down. Yeah. Oh my God, the paralysis is, this is all in like a week and a half.
Right.
Oh my God, the paralysis is spreading. And yesterday I go, "Hey, Heavy, how is Mike doing?" They're unplugging him. I go, "From what?"
Oh, yeah,
and then
goes quick,
it just went just like that. I think the concussion, they say, activated some other stuff that he had going on, probably from football. I don't know that. I don't know the
that's
fact.
Interesting to think about.
But brain stuff and football is kind of synonymous.
That's awful, man. That is really awful. What a shame that he that they couldn't save him.
Nice kid too. Nice kid. He really was.
You want to talk about real talk? I have read. Like I always say, my great grandfather ate a piece of key lime pie, and when he was done, he pushed it away and said, "That's the best." Or it was coconut cream pie.
Okay.
"That's the best pie I ever had in my life." And then he dropped dead. And I feel like at some point he said, "God, I don't want to die until I've had the best piece of cream pie ever in the world." So I read a lot of stories where husbands die, and they say, "What happened?" The wife says, "He said he wasn't feeling good. He was going to go lay down." And the next thing you know, he was dead.
Correct.
I'm never going to lay down.
If you don't feel well, don't lay down.
No way, man.
Go to the hospital.
Every time I'm in the house, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, my wife's like, "Why don't you go lay down?" I go, No. I'm staying right here where everybody can see me. Do you know, one time I was feeling so bad that I went to the bathroom to take a dump, and I locked the door like I always do, and then I unlocked it because I thought, what if I die in the toilet? They won't be able to get in and save me.
Kick the door
I
down.
don't feel like that.
That's real talk
That's
right
not
there.
a big feel.
Well, I'm good now. I'm eating cottage cheese now.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so two things.
Yes.
Can we start our fast on Monday? Ian's coming in on Monday. And I know we have billings on Monday, so we got to work out the time, but can we start our fast on Monday? Oh, but you said you drank coffee or tea.
Coffee, tea.
Can I have coffee?
Coffee, tea, and water. Kava.
Okay.
Black coffee, though, right? Just
Yeah, black
straight.
coffee,
Has to be
no
black.
cream or sugar.
Cream breaks the fast.
Okay, black coffee.
It's basically anything over like 5 calories.
Oh.
Okay, so coffee, tea, and water. No cream, no sweetener, none of that stuff.
Nope.
And we do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Done.
And what time Wednesday? Like we eat on Thursday?
When you wake up in the morning on
On Thursday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wednesday night's going to be rough. You know what was real rough? When I did the 15 days. And in the last day, I went to an event when I was doing some judging, and my boy came back, and there was a West Indian place, and I walked by, and the last night, and I look at the lady, I go, it was this beautiful black lady cooking this West Indian food, like curry chicken, and I'm looking at it, I'm salivating, and I get in the car, and I'm just not thinking about it, and Heavy Lyrics jumps in the car with a vat of it, and he's just shoveling it in this little bitty car, and the fumes were just crushing me.
Last time my son did that to me, he texted me. I was in here getting ready for my fantasy football thing, and my daughter had danced, so it was just Joey and I eating dinner. And he hit me up, and he goes, "Hey, did you eat?" And I go, "No, you want to get some?" And he's like, "Yeah, can we get Chinese food?" And I went, "You can."
You can.
And he did, that son of a bitch. And then I walked out there, and all I smelled was dumplings and all the other stuff. I was like, and he's skinny. Look at the skinny face.
That's for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 17.
Yeah.
For now.
Everybody was skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they weren't.
That's true.
No, they weren't. I've never done skinny.
No, I've
skinny.
never. I don't.
Never.
I think I was born chunky.
It's overrated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would take it now if I could.
Why?
Health reasons.
You would look odd skinny.
I don't want
boy.
to. I know, but
Big
Don't
old
do
head.
it. Don't do it.
listen to me. I only want to be skinny now for health reasons. I'm the world's happiest fat guy.
Slimmer.
Slimmer.
You're
yeah,
not
I
gonna
don't
be
want to be
skinny.
skinny.
No, you're
yeah.
not. That ain't happening.
No. But I'm still pretty committed. So in the middle of this, if we throw in a 3-day fast,
There you go.
I'm in though.
It works on your mind, brother. When
Yeah,
you
it's gonna
do,
make me
when,
crazy.
When you do tough things with your mind, and then tough things come up, it's not hard anymore.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in to start Monday.
I thought you're going Pearl Jam.
Is that weekend? I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go.
You can't fast in Austin.
Well, listen. If I go away, then I can't do it. But I can't. I don't have tickets. I'm not going. No, it's not. It's not this
it's
weekend.
Monday.
It's the following. That's the following week.
Oh, okay.
Gio just doesn't want to do it.
No.
Yeah, duh.
I'm
So
in.
we
Pap,
go-
are you in?
Absolutely.
Worst thing to happen on September 11th, we're going to fast. is what? Oh, is there something else? So we'll do 11th, 12th, 13th.
Right, and then the 14th will be our first meal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll buy breakfast that morning.
Oh, you don't want to go too heavy.
Once again, you should want to come out
Ease
with some
back
fruit.
into it. Yeah.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Fruit.
No, I did the 3-day fast. I did, and Joe only did 24 hours with me, and I bought us a Taco Bell taco party. to break the fast.
Yeah, that's
And it was one of
not.
the best times we've ever
Crispy
had.
tacos.
Yeah.
Taco party.
Oh my God, are we done?
Yeah.
Ian Beckles' show is on this Saturday morning. What time?
Saturday, actually afternoon from noon to 2.
That's morning for most people on
Yeah, it's
Saturday.
understandable. Martin Grammatica is going to be my guest.
Nice.
And we're going to be at Sea Dog Brewing at Clearwater Beach. I
Oh,
believe.
nice.
And we'll be hanging out, having a good time, doing some football. Come hang out and we'll rock and roll.
So you can go down and meet Martine and Ian at Sea Dog Brewing. Okay, and that is on Saturday from noon to 2. And it is going to be every Saturday throughout football season. And Ian's going to start coming in on Mondays. We'll talk football, and then he's going to be part of Football Picks with us this year.
go.
But you have to do the bet with us.
That's not a problem.
All right. It's a big back tattoo. No, you're already in. You're already in. Martine's,
By the way-
Martine's butthole just puckered
Yeah,
here.
it did.
By the way, we need to figure that out because Thursday starts football.
Yeah, well, I think we did, though. I think we said
Yeah.
that we were going to do the
Today.
dinner thing and all
Today
that.
starts
Oh, the
football.
dinner. Okay.
Loser has to buy dinner.
Tomorrow.
For the
right?
winner.
Tomorrow's
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll discuss it tomorrow. But Ian's, I know you're in.
I
If we
know,
do a
but-
buy a dinner thing, I know you're in.
I think we're going to need a contract lawyer in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Check out Ian on Saturday. Check out the Dignitary Kava House on West Shore Boulevard and Gandy right there. Tomorrow is Thursday. What do we have tomorrow? Anything I need to know about? Friday in the studio with us, comedian Louis J. Gomez, and Jason Ellis, who are throwing a fight event. Ian, you might want to get on this.
I'm in.
It is in downtown St. Petersburg at the Factory. They got a bunch of good fights that are going to be. I thought they were fighting each other because they've been talking about that for years, but I guess they're not actually fighting each other. But still, they've got a whole slate of good fights.
Done.
That's happening in downtown St. Pete in November. Jason Ellis and Louis J. Gomez in studio with us Friday.
And Zach Amico.
And Zach Amico, who's also on Legion of Skanks with Louis. So it's going to be a very hard show to not dump on Friday.
Oh, no.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I'm out.
Check us out on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. I still feel like my Joe Pap versus Bruce Lee picture I made is not getting nearly the attention it
awesome,
deserves.
Michael. Fantastic.
I know you like it, and I like it, but so do 111 other people.
All right.
It's your sweet and
Ridiculous.
sours of memes.
Galvin. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.